Hello. Y'all should see the YouTube thumbnail for this one. I think the YouTube thumbnail of this one is really funny when I managed to take that picture. Yes, hi. Okay, I'm gonna take the time in the early part of today's stream to finish Reverse's storyline because I haven't done it yet and I need to do it ASAP so that I can properly farm the event. So we're gonna actually do a part 2 of the Reverse stream where today I will finish what would be hold on. I have so many wires that are tangled here. That's crazy. Oh my god, are my wires a mess? Why did I do this? What if I unplug something that is important? I might have just unplugged something that's important. I'm not muted. No, I unplugged my stream deck. My bad. Is it dead? Oh, it's back online now. Okay. Cool. Yes, I'm gonna continue with where we left off in the reverse storyline because I last stopped at chapter 13 of the new event and we haven't seen the ending of it yet. So to show you what's going on within my own account, give me a tiny while. Let me pan it to this screen. There you go. I need sound. Wait, let me capture sound. Are you late? No! You've arrived just on time to catch reverse. Okay. So, I have played the stages all the way until 18. But as you guys said, 19 is the spoiler territory, so I decided not to do it. Although I have a bet that based on this screen, it looks like Jill's the boss. So maybe it's not that much of a spoiler. But yeah, I basically cleared this so that I can at least farm this stage in the meantime while I didn't pull off my reverse stream. So we're going to play chapter 14 all the way to whatever this closes out at so that we can finish this, and then once I'm done playing reverse for today, I will do Arc Knights later on because Arc Knight CC drops in the night at 1 AM for me. So yeah, okay, hold on. Let me just collect out everything for today. I like that the fireworks are still ongoing, by the way. So I'm assuming these fireworks will stay up until the Notes of Shiori event finishes. Someone requested for Silent Pool. There was a request. I didn't expect anyone to request for pools. That's why I didn't even open it. But if someone did request, I will tend to it later. Like the person won't be ignored. So sure, I'll help him, whoever that is. Is there only 2 pots today? Oh, there's usually 3. There's only 2 pots today. Okay, sure. Alright. Shall we? Continue from where we left off? Whew. The fact that this is the way I can start the stream and not play some bunch of stages or see some updates is good. Because I'm on high energy to witness the finish of this story. Let's go. People reminisce about the past, perhaps because they feel the present is getting worse. The old days. Happy partner anniversary. I didn't even know today's the day of my partner anniversary, which is kind of insane. But yeah, thank you.
That thing took away the lady. What's going on?
Yunyang's words dissipate in the air without stirring a response. The eyes of all stare at Gertian in the center of the courtyard. Most of these are filled with doubt, suspicion, and fear. The strange horse and its unwilling rider disappear in the distance. The communication arcane skill cast by the Bone Wand also seems to dissipate.
Now we lost another witness. Did you plan this?
I left my wand in her tavern yesterday.
Yes. Okay, Jace, yes, I will pull for you later. So you were the one that requested for pull. It might only be you, but I'll start the stream later with your pulls.
We did find the
Am I gonna watch
yard,
2.3
but it's with
HSR
that
tomorrow?
foreign lady
Yes.
now.
Tie him up first. Do you have more to say?
Everything I need to tell you, I have spoken it all. Catch her now.
Wait,
or
it's not
even
tomorrow.
real Xiangrui cannot
Yeah, it's on
save
Friday.
you from the disaster.
Why are you so obsessed with calling Jiu Nangzi the culprit?
Welcome. Thanks for the sub.
What? You... I am the culprit?
It's a very funny text-to-speech. Thanks.
What kind of culprit am I?
Most welcome.
It's fine, Jiu Nangzi. We all know you have nothing to do with the missing persons cases.
And he said that even a real Xiangrui cannot save you. He's more of a fake one to me.
There's something about the way that they wrote this storyline. This feels very similar to a previous version of Reverse. Was there a story where someone didn't know that they were the evil person all along? Let me think. 1.3 wasn't that. That was 1.4. 1.5 was chapter 5. That was 1.4. Where were we in 1.4? Oh, you guys were saying 1.2? Jessica didn't know she was the bad person all along? Yun Yangzi rushes angrily towards Ge Tian, striding forward until she stands just before him. But in her rush of emotion, she loses her ability to speak. Oh no! 1.4 was Patudia, right? Oh no, 1.4 was chapter 5 and 1.5 was Patudia. Patudia? Wasn't bad though. Yeah, it was the reporter, it was the media that was bad in that story. I don't know. The idea of someone not knowing that they were the antagonists all along feels quite common. Maybe not in this game. I guess I might be thinking of other games.
Stay calm. We will hold him in detention in Zhichi for now. I'll report this to the Fatzao. The first thing to do is catch up with the horse.
Oh my
and
goodness,
the
coming
foreign
back to the
lady,
story today and seeing all the Chinese
and
terms
find
again,
his
it's
wand
gonna
to
leave
figure
me
out
confused
his
like,
arcane skill.
so what do these words mean? The crowd quickly moves according to Li Zheng's command and exits the courtyard in an orderly fashion. I think something that will be good for the team if they were to do a future Chinese event is please put like a bracket, like the translation of the Chinese word beside, because it's better for people reading it. Only a few scattered guards remain in the courtyard, along with the three figures located in the center. At this point, it would seem obvious that Ge Tian must be taken away, but as Li Zheng has not yet ordered anything to that effect, no one dares step forward. For those subdued, his huge wings and claws still serve as effective deterrents.
Take him away. Everyone else dismissed.
What is the happy partner anniversary that you're seeing on my Twitch is because when I was a Twitch partner, I think it was today that I became a Twitch partner. So that's why it's an anniversary.
Jiu Nangzi, follow me. There's something we need to talk about.
What do you want, Featherman?
Jiu Nangzi,
You looked like a decent Xiangrui. Why did you say something like that? Even if you're not, aren't you afraid that the real Xiangrui will blame you for doing the wrong thing?
The girl appears as though she has not heard Li Zheng's words. The doubt in her questions is conveyed in an almost whispered tone. Ge Tian doesn't even lift his head. He remains motionless like a statue.
Jiu Nangzi, it is true that he is not the Xiangrui of our city. The Xiangrui who once protected our city has been long lost.
Yun Yangzi turns her head, failing to connect the logic behind Li Zheng's statement.
But everyone thinks the Featherman on the mountain is the Xiangrui. Just look at him. How could people not take him as a Xiangrui by his look? The former Zhili told me that the Featherman looks like a Gomang, just like what was depicted in a picture book.
God of spirit in ancient Chinese mythology. Wait, my English. Mythology. Okay, I got that right. in charge of agriculture with wings and claws.
A Gomang is a confirmed Xiangrui recorded in a book.
就娘子
But this man, of course he is not a Xiangrui. He isn't like the Gomang, nor the Mianmeng. He doesn't even understand the saying of, one can remove the footsteps, but not the path one walketh on.
What?
One can remove the footsteps, but not the path one walketh on. That's fair. One cannot commit wrongdoing without leaving a trace. However, we can't convict him without definitive evidence, such as witnesses and his wand. The trace he left is yet to be found.
Yu Niangzi squats down in front of Ge Tian in a sudden inexplicable movement, then stares unwaveringly into his eyes as she speaks, as if she is to judge the authenticity of his words and expressions by doing so.
Featherman, do you know what is a real Xiangrui? Do you know where it is? Why did you take people's friends away and accuse me of being the culprit?
But Ge Tian seems to have made up his mind to remain silent. He lowers his head, taking a faint interest in observing the blood dripping from his wounds, an act of passive resistance. A drop of blood seeps into his feathers. The moment passes long enough for the girl to organize her words and continue her barrage of questions.
Your appearance is given by heaven, so you should not act against the nature of your look just because of your personal
Hi, Usagi.
preference. You could have become a much-loved spirit, like in the stories and picture books, as everyone expects you to be. But when you took away that foreign lady's teammates, you didn't care about their feelings. They didn't want to be separated. You disappointed people. That's not what a Xiangrui should do.
Thanks for everyone putting the happy partner anniversary, by the way. I feel like I'm gonna see it a
Alright,
lot later in
Jiu-Jitsu.
the AK stream,
That's enough.
but thanks for it.
Take him away.
Yu Niangzi watches coldly as Ge Tian is taken away.
He didn't tell me anything, nor did he tell anyone.
I know you're chasing after anything that could be a Xiangrui, but the featherman has clearly claimed that he is not one. To be honest, judging from his attitude, he has never had the intention to be one.
I don't understand. How could he not want to be one?
What is a
Not everyone
Xiangrui?
is so interested in the legend of Xiangrui. The Pei City did have a good era under the protection of the Xiangruis. But after all
Is that like a
these years,
guardian? Guardian
no
angel?
one can
Is that what it's
recall
supposed
that
to mean?
time without the help of the mythologies and the history books. Even I can't be sure if there's a real Xiangrui. But Jiu Niangzi, you should know that we don't need a Xiangrui anymore.
We don't need it?
With no Xiangrui, no divination, we can't arrive at Yun Temple. But this is still an orderly city. The Dushuo festival is as vibrant as ever. You can tell that a Xiangrui is not necessary for a city to prosper.
Is that so?
Yu Niangzi grabs the small bag she carries with her. The bag is embroidered with a peculiar combination of love poems. Though she has never really understood the meaning of the words, in some way, they now mirror her own confused mind.
By the way, turns out you can read, can't you?
What?
Huh? You know that I can't, Li Zheng.
One can remove the footsteps, but not the path one walketh on.
Oh, that's not what it seems to be. I heard it from the Taoist countless times, so I remembered it.
Which Taoist? In the city?
Huh? 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 Hello? Make me skip all the way to here again. How am I? I'm good. quite tired today because I did the rhythm game stream just now and I just went to the gym. And I'm gonna be streaming double games today, so I will have a very good night's sleep later on. Junyangzi shakes her head to refute Li Zheng's assumptions.
No, it was a Taoist I traveled with before I came to Pei City. The Taoist said many different things over and over again. I couldn't understand, but I remembered them.
Sounds like you had a distinguished teacher. Since you came here, you've been treating people.
You all seen my
nice and
YouTube
kindly.
thumbnail for this stream already?
Exactly the
It's
opposite of what
it's
people
maybe the
want.
wildest it's maybe the wildest thumbnail that I pulled off yet. Cause it's so unhinged. I could have retook it, but I love that it was just like a, you know, the, what's that meme? It's the meme of the hamster that got scared and it's just like, yeah, that's what I thought of it. And I was quite happy with it, so I used it as a thumbnail.
Ah, so his name is Getian?
Yes, Getian. You said too many things to him. He is not the Xiangrui you are looking for. A real Xiangrui would never be so rude. It is very possible that he is only a Yao that has been living on the mountain for too long.
Head lowers, seeming to find it difficult to accept such a change in thought.
But why did he accuse me like that? I don't get it. Did I do something wrong?
Because you are the Zhili.
What is with the story reading today? Yunyangzi looks at Li Zheng, her face caught between doubt and curiosity. Having presented his point of view, the old man rubs his beard and laughs, knowingly helpless to influence the girl's
The former
reaction.
Zhili left because of what he said and did. Now he wants to play the same trick on you. What's more, when he got here and saw me, but not you, he acted quite surprised. You can tell from the details.
Thoughts behind her eyes grow more muddled. Such deceitful scheming felt too complicated for her to comprehend.
Oh, and that captured foreign lady, she?
Don't worry. There are people searching for them now. As for us, we should confirm the details for tomorrow's fortune walk and bridge leap.
Right, bridge leap. I almost forgot. If only the broken bridge could be fixed, then we wouldn't need those festive animals, nor to jump over the bridge.
This festive animals part is
During
weird.
Getian's silence, I was thinking that what if I can go to the Yuan temple and ask Zhishu the guardian if the legend of the divination is real? Then, whatever the question is, Zhishu will
I heard
answer
that
me.
Junyangzi's ENVA was changed when she entered the global server. Is that true? So like, it's not just her voices, but even the entire voices for the story is different?
I guess so.
Yes, there's a whole VA change. You're not quite sure what's the emotion of the that I was trying to convey with the thumbnail. I look like somebody took away my food. Wait, let me see the thumbnail again. Hold on. What the hell did I do? You know I have a whole camera album. I'm about to review my camera album to you guys. This is I could have deleted them, but I decided I don't know why I'm keeping them. I love the thumbnail. It's a funny enough thumbnail. Within the pristine government office, two figures exchange information from their past few days so they might agree on their next course of action.
That is the whole story. Getian is now detained in Jitsu's dungeon. Jiunangxi is there as well, 4 hours ago, after discussing with the new Zhili. We decided to keep the ceremonies of Fortune Walk and Bridge Leap, but no colored animals are used this time. The number of animals will be less than those in previous years of 绝食. Here's a list of ceremony members and funds. I've asked people to deliver the copies to all the streets.
Oh, so most of the Ian dub is changed. Okay, that's kind of wild. Li Cheng picks up a stack of paper from the desk and hands them out dutifully.
Thank you, sir. This is my duty.
Have we seen you before?
Tian,
Okay, new
we
character.
shall put him on hold until after the Dusho festival, according to the law.
One more thing. Have we found the horse and the proof?
Not yet. The horse taking that foreign lady away might still be under the control of Ge Tian. There was no trace of them when our people chased them out of the city.
I understand. Given the road conditions in the morning rain, looks like we will have to continue with the search after it stops, but I don't think a horse carrying a blind woman can go far enough to escape. I'll lead the search squad myself next time.
Thank you, Fasao.
The imposing figure with his back to the entryway habitually presses down on the short sword at his waist, adjusting the position of the blade. Then waves his hand again to show that he doesn't need to concern himself with such matters.
Where is the Julie?
Are you referring to Jianyangzi or the former one?
What?
The one who went back to her hometown.
We haven't heard anything from her yet. Perhaps it will come after the Dushuo festival.
Noted. Jianyangzi is still green, so please help me take care of the Jutsu before the former one comes back.
What?
I will. She is kind-hearted. That is why I recommended her for this position. It will be my responsibility if she makes any mistakes.
Well, there are so many things to do before the new year. It's fine even if she makes a mistake or two. Don't push her too hard.
That's what I thought. If you find any evidence or the two foreigners, please let me know.
Tata rises nimbly while folding the documents. As he prepares to bid his farewell, he is stopped by Li Cheng's raised hand.
Oh, another thing. The New Year's feast tonight. You're welcome to Jionyangzi's tavern with your relatives.
The tavern? Are the people around the merchant's hut going too?
Yes, she is hosting a feast for the neighbor. It is the New Year's Eve vigil, followed by the first day of Dushuo festival.
Vigil mention.
It is an annual tradition at the tavern.
朔日, the new year.
Aye, right. Another year of the Jeshi. Hopefully the Yuan Temple, which worships the Jeshi, will bring us good news.
Having said his piece, leaving only a moment of silence, the two of them looked out of the window towards the... This is very bad writing. This line is very weird. There's no noun, but whatever it is, towards the eve of the broken bridge and the temple flickering in the misty rain. I think this is done. You think peace is miswritten as well? CC is in 3 hours, yes. Truth and reflection. Hollow Eye. It's referring to Gertian? Oh no, it might be referring to... Oh no, I've actually forgotten her name. What's the name of the blind lady? She's like Miss... I can't remember. The striped horse with its main charges towards the pouring rain, carrying Besmet. Okay, there you go. All the way, it runs with wild abandon, as if afraid of possible pursuers behind them, and perhaps to prevent the person on its back from jumping off should it slow down.
Halt! Do you hear me?
The horse runs onward still, even striding several shallow depressions with ease before continuing forward. Seeing her words taking little effect, Besmet attempts to slow it down using her prior experience with horses. As she releases her breath, she lets go of the mane and replaces one hand in front of the creature's neck, while the other hand caresses the fur on both sides, adjusting to match the rhythm of its gallop.
Easy. Easy now. Good job.
After taking another deep breath, she seizes the opportunity to vault herself off the horse and tumble down in a quick movement. Besmet falls into the shallows just as she intended. The horse stops not far from where she lands and turns back. Ignoring the accumulated pain of new and old injuries, Besmet clambers out of the water, but her hands sink into the soft mud along the shallow shore. Though not as sticky as the swamp, for a while, she finds it impossible to stand.
What? Is it you, Yanase? Where are you?
The familiar voice is certainly within earshot, but Besmet cannot place its direction no matter how hard she... No matter how hard she strains. She struggles to lift herself out of the mud and falls again.
I'm sorry. Are you hurt? I was so anxious. We must not let them catch us. I'm all right. I'm good. How did you...
I am talking to you through the water. Please hurry up and get back on me.
You've turned into a striped horse too? Or is this your arcane skill?
I am not a striped horse, madam. I'm a Lushu. Both of them are arcane creatures, but not the same kind. And yes, that's my arcane skill. I can show images and few sounds through water. I cast it once when we passed by the swamp in Tula, remember?
What about the Lushu? What are they? Did Getien
Lushu means deer, doesn't it?
turn you into this?
Oh no, it might mean horse too. Did someone get the Chinese character for this word? I wonder what is it. Lu is the horse of Lu. I'm not sure what Shu is. Oh wait, no. Lu Shu. That's how you pronounce it. That strange term she heard before all this began suddenly reappears in her mind. Besmet quickly associates it with her current situation.
Too much noise. I can't hear you or the surroundings. Get on my back.
Have I put you? Yes, I put you already.
I don't hear any footsteps from grown men. Come here, child. Help me up.
Anise then steps closer and scoots Besmet out of the sinking shallows.
Thank you. So, what happened? The situation is getting trickier and trickier.
We made a mistake. Getien didn't turn me into a horse. On the contrary, he saved my life.
Then who was it? Who did this to you?
You didn't drink any water last night, did you? But I did. Quite a lot. After you went into the room, Junangzi and I had a chat downstairs, and she gave me the water. This is the difference. Getien said her arcane skill was cast through liquids like water and liquor.
My poor child.
I went upstairs after the chat. You must have been too tired to notice me at the time. I stayed
Wow,
in
that
the
Shu
room, but
word
couldn't
is so
sleep at all.
hard.
So I
I've
went
never
upstairs
seen that
again.
before. Thanks for sending me that, by the way. That is a very hard word. But I mean, I recognize the Lu.
That was when I heard someone singing. That song. I'd never heard it before, and I had no idea what the lyrics were about. All I remember is that the melody was soft and a bit unusual.
Wait, you couldn't tell that the red hair horse is Yenisei? I mean, I think that part was a bit guessable once you associated that she drank the water.
Someone was a group of wooden dolls. They were small and would melt when they touched liquor.
Yenisei extracts the frightening journey from her mind, trying as best as she can to narrate it
And
back
there
in a
were
calm
horses in
tone.
the yard, also humming the melody. They had red manes and red tails, just like what I look like now. I didn't know they were loose shoes until now. Their stripes glowed under the moon.
But didn't you have a closer look at the Lushuo last night?
I had no time to see it clearly, to be honest. Anyway, that chat I had with Junangsi was quite good. Everything felt so comforting at the time, so I don't understand.
Then, why are you different from the animals turned from Mr. Dorian and the others? You told me they only have stripes on them, right?
Yes, I have an assumption about that, but I can't verify it now.
Yeah, Yenisei turned into a horse because she drank the water that Ju gave her in the night.
What is it?
Yenisei falls into a silent reflection for a moment before answering Besmet.
Remember the river our team found? Perhaps that was the lower course of the main river, and it included Junang's arcane power because the stream across her yard is near one of its branches. The running water might have diluted the arcane power in there. Usually, a stream of running water is like an independent settlement. It rejects outsiders by nature. Even I have been rejected more than once. The striped horses our teammates turned into could be an accident caused by an incomplete arcane skill.
Those other striped horses in the Jitsu. Are they?
Perhaps Junangzi had no idea at all that she somehow leaked her arcane skill into the river. As for the water I had, she must have made it on purpose.
Both of them sink into a silence made awkward by the revelation.
Then, how did Getien get involved in all this?
Last night, after he saved me from the wooden dolls,
Topic of their recollections only just resumed is again interrupted by this time by the sudden stopping of the rain. Initial looks up as if to confirm if it has really ended. If the rain has stopped for good, this also means that they'll need to keep moving to
the rain
avoid
has
being
stopped.
found.
We need to find shelter, madam.
No, child. I don't see why he had to take you away. What if I was there with you?
All I know is he was there to take us out of the danger, and he's injured now. When we confronted the people at the Jessi, he didn't fight back at all. I think he didn't hurt them for a reason. If he really meant to help us, we must go save him.
Child. All of a sudden you seem to trust this creature entirely. Did he do anything else for you?
The best bet is still thinking that he's bad.
Based on what we know, Getien, Li Zhong, and Jin Nengze, they all seem strange.
Actually, I mean, hold on, I'm suddenly clipping my skin off my finger because there's an annoying part. I had new skin peels today when I went to the gym.
Please trust me, madam. I used to think this way too. Maybe he's fooling us with a fake rescue. But he's not. He even showed me his arcane skill to win my trust. Yes, he read my bones.
What does it mean to read someone's bones? What?
Can you imagine that? He gained information by reading my bones. And then he actually told me something I didn't even know about myself.
If someone were to ask me what superpower you want to gain, the last thing I'd ever maybe even think of is read someone's bones. Sing it. Hey yo, what? Alright, we're only gonna review the story for this. Isn't bone reading something that ancient Chinese people do? But how do you read? This person's really skinny. I could see the idea of a bone reading. What if someone isn't? Hand reading I understand though.
Where are you taking me?
Like hand reading. If you're saying acupuncture, I get it, but yeah, bone reading is ooh.
If I let go, you will fall,
事骨.
and death.
Read
will
your
be
information from your bones. So this is some kind of ancient idea. I strongly doubt that this exists today. Or if it exists, it will be very rare.
Hold your life, dear. You are a lot more vulnerable than you can imagine.
Quit threatening me! It's a river down there!
Yes. But you don't know how shallow it
Typically
is.
when they're dead.
Even a lantern can't float on it.
Is this like saying Gertian can see someone's dead form? Is that what it
It's
is?
Unlike the other branches you saw outside the city.
Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe that's the idea of like why they're so surprised when you can read someone's bones. Is that another way of saying you can see how someone dies? I don't know, I might be thinking too far.
So what? Does that explain why you captured me? Fine. The river is dying. I'm held by a birdman in mid-air. I'll fall and die if I struggle. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, it could be another way of
Yes.
saying reading one's soul.
It's a rare wisdom for a girl of your age to know her limits. But I'm not a birdman. I'm a Yao. My name
See others'
is
destiny.
Gertian.
Okay. Lenise gives up on her mid-air struggle, pondering over his name and
You
identity.
can use arcane skills.
You're an arcanist.
If you say so, then it is so. We have gone for miles. I'll leave you here. Beyond the fort, you will see the step.
Tian slows down just as he said he would, and after a moment, he gently places Yenisei on the ground. Given her situation, she had not anticipated such gentle
I
treatment.
don't understand. What on earth is your purpose? Why did you turn humans into horses? I believe you can commit much worse crimes if you want to. Are you doing it for fun?
Tian stops at the side of a curved tree growing like a bridge over the vines of a shallow stream, face heavy with a look of contemplation.
The more you ask, the more mistakes you make.
There is no such thing as a wrong question.
I will answer one of the questions
Yenisei is a teacher confirmed.
regarding why I turned people into horses. The answer is I didn't do it. Neither did I have that intention.
Interesting. Who did it then?
The lady owner of the tavern.
Junangzi?
Precisely.
Yenisei shakes her head, not believing his
If
words.
that's the case, why did you leave Madame Besmertz there alone? Do you really think I would buy your nonsense after I saw you take my teammates away?
Hey, this is a good logic.
You saw the horse in the yard with the red tail and red mane, did you not?
Yes, I saw.
It's not a horse, it's a lushu. Or at least it looks like one.
Lushu. I have never heard of it before. It sounds like an arcane creature native to the east.
Tian doesn't respond, he only continues to contribute yet more astonishing
It is a
information.
lushu. And also Jiu Niangzi herself.
What?
What? That thing is Junangzi?
What you saw tonight was not real lushu. Those horses merely resembled half of them. I speak of the fact that Jiu Niangzi might be a lushu, a kind of yao, or as you would put it, an arcane creature.
What?
Your words sound even more complicated than those in the city. Is it because you are also an arcane creature, like the Lushu? Or you have a thing only the pure-blooded can understand?
We're nothing alike. Lushus are xiangruis, born with red manes and white faces, covered with tiger's markings.
Lynx! So is this why they didn't want to tell us what the Chinese words means? Because they will connect the dots as the story goes on?
In the books, Lushus are capable of casting arcane skill named the Shape of Will. It could be the same skill that Jiu Niangzi uses to turn others into Lushus.
What? What the heck
Do
am
you
I
understand?
reading? No!
Yes.
No!
I'll try.
Say no! What yes?
The Shape of Will is a dangerous and secret skill. As written in the books, the Lushus use it to transform blood into fire and stone into gold.
So, it's like alchemy.
I'm unfamiliar with what you said, but Jiu Niangzi's power seems to be restricted. She cannot fully transform into a Lushu like a Yao could.
There's no way you
Nor
can't
does
understand the
she
word
possess
alchemy if
great
you use
power.
hard words yourself.
She's closer to a half Yao.
What the fuck is a what is a Lushu, a Yao, and a Xiangrui? What the fuck is this
Unlike
story?
other Lushus, she requires a certain medium to cast her skill, the Shape of Will. This is also why people did not recognize her. She's harder to identify.
Junangzi. Half Yao. Is that another name for the mixed blood? Anyway, even if you're telling the truth, how did you know that?
It is within my bloodline. Like you find your direction through the water, I read people through their bones.
How did you know my... Wait, you mean you can read people through their bones? That makes no sense. What can one's physical condition tell you?
Many stories, many sounds. Even if I was never there with them, such as you, the markings on your bones resemble an open net, yet it captures nothing. You are away from the waterless land where you once lived, and to this day you are still wandering.
Sounds like an insult.
What?
The girl's eyes widen with astonished disbelief.
You will travel far many times in life and turn homeward, like the migratory birds, until you find your lake.
What on earth are you talking about?
Have I mistaken anything? I should hope not. Forgive me. I have long since stopped reading others' bones and put them into words. Perhaps I did not tell it in the most precise way, but it should be generally accurate.
All right, stop. I need some time to digest your words.
A bizarre spectral sound cuts off Yennese's reply.
Careful.
Strange creatures that resemble balls dragging long tails suddenly leap out from the trees behind the two of them. They shriek and charge towards Yenese, who is most evidently their target.
Ugh, these things again. They
Can
already
I-
attacked me once in the street. Ugh, these...
Wait, okay, this is them trying to introduce a battle. Can I see the next part of the story? Yes, okay. So this is after the battle finishes.
Have you drunk the liquor? Offered by 九娘子?
No, but I had the water.
Oh,
from her. Why?
They don't comment about the fight they had and just move on.
These 竹叶 might be attracted here by the scent of liquor.
Yes, very important
They
fight.
feed on the flowers of 竹叶, which can be used to make liquor and smell of lees.
What's Lee's?
They could be here because they smelled the liquor. But you only had water. What else could attract them?
Yenese thinks back to the preceding events.
If they were attracted by the scent of liquor, I think it was the wooden doll's fault. They soaked themselves in the liquor before they attacked me. I might have gotten their scent during the battle.
The scent of liquor stands is not strong enough to attract them here. It would have taken a proper consumption of liquor for them to notice. I worry that liquor is the medium for her transformation skill. But that is only my speculation. If the water you drank also exerts the same effect on you.
As though his words hold the power of execution, the change happens the very moment he speaks.
What? You...
Yenese kneels down and her body transforms, just as her companions transform on the steps before her.
How so?
Although Gertian had already anticipated this moment, he cannot help but be startled by this strange process and flaps his wings involuntarily. His instincts tell him to flee. Flee? Night falls, the rain has stopped, and the riverbank is moist and soft. Fatal leads his team in search of the red horse's trail, finally arriving at the edge of the river, the exact spot where Gertian and Yenese stayed the night before.
Find anything?
Someone was here. Seems like a horse with a female. Tall.
Not a horse, but a foal. Look carefully. The footsteps are smaller and shallower than a horse's. Where are the end of the tracks?
The river beach ahead. The track stopped 3 meters away. We couldn't tell where they went.
That can't be.
Fatal strides over to inspect the traces near where the trail of footprints ends.
It rained a couple of times. The rain could have washed away the footprints.
If that's the case, there shouldn't be other tracks here. Like this. A bird's claw marks at the edge of the rotten wood. It was a bird of prey. And judging from the size and the sharpness, it's quite strong.
It's true. Hey, I found another 2 sets of footprints. They're shallow and narrow, possibly from the same person. A young woman.
The wood lies on the ground near the river. It's not a good spot for
I'm gonna
boats.
breeze part
Stop
this part
here.
because this
Something
whole
even-
scene.
A young woman met a huge bird of prey here. Yet there is no blood stain at all. Perhaps the truth behind the foreign merchant's disappearance
This whole scene
is different
just seems
from
like
the
a
featherman's
oh okay.
statement. We need to go back to the Jitsu.
Okay, I breezed past the lines, but the implying that there's someone else in the story, is it? Like at first I thought they're describing Gertian. But they mentioned Feather's man's statement here. Does that mean there's someone else? On the steps, a Lu Shu stands in place of a girl. The fright of this transformation sends Gertian up in the air.
Too late. So it seems her tea can also transform people. I must report this to the authorities. Stay here.
No, you must not leave!
You can speak through the water.
You know what my arcane skill can do, but I can't maintain it for long. I spend too much energy fighting the Juliers.
I must take leave.
Oh, so that's the reason why she couldn't turn the water? No way, right?
Where are you going?
Unless you mean the water... It could be because the water was infected by Ju, so that's why she couldn't speak through the water.
Please, I'm begging you. Please save her. She can't see. She's still alone in the tavern. She must be in great danger now.
I have thought about it. Given that my wand was also left in that tavern. But should I return, Jiunyang's might be alerted. I sense kindness in that girl. She hasn't done anything evil except for turning people into Lushus. Your friend should be safe with her for the moment. The more urgent matter is to spread the word before she further repeats her mistake. I must go find someone to handle this properly.
The tea that Li Zheng had wasn't 100% H2O.
They believe you are the one behind the missing person.
I mean, the whole way that this story seems to be turning out feels like the Tushuo festival is about to become an entire city turning into horses. And Ju's gonna sit there thinking to herself, what the frick did I just do?
I see. The world outside the mountains is indeed not
I
meant
think
for me.
the question here is how do you reverse the arcane skill?
But you are already involved. Besides, we gave Li Zheng a drawing of you when I was not clear of the truth.
No matter. I will reason with him.
No, I'm so sorry that I said the word, but you know the word.
Even so, you will need me there. Look at my arcane skill. It will be the best proof, right? So they will know that Junang Se is the real culprit who turned the people into horses. I mean, Lushus.
Is that really needed?
You need to know that you are a suspect. Even though I know you are innocent, you need something absolutely persuasive to prove it. All in all, you must take me with you. My arcane skill will vindicate you.
And it turns out, it didn't happen. Okay, so the story could have been shortened here, but it didn't work out because the arcane skill didn't work. Again, I think the likelihood is that the water that was on the ground might have been unclean water, so she couldn't use it. Jade or stone? Only vagrants and outsiders wander the street on the eve of the Tushuo festival. In front of each threshold, sparking fires burn below colorful decorations laid out in the dark night, peering out at each other from across sandy gravel roads that have not yet dried from the rain. Westman and Yanase continue their advance towards the Zhici in the quiet, gentle light.
This place looks so different than it does in the daytime. It's so quiet and empty.
Looks. Did you just grow eyes?
As if it's waiting for us.
Yenise stops to cast her reflection in a puddle of water, attempting to comfort Bestman.
It's nighttime now. They have lit the braziers. There is cloth of different colors around them. Remember our New Year's? We put up tar barrels and made festive fires. There were also decorations on the houses.
Yes, I remember that. Perhaps people here also stay with their families at this time of year. Like we do on New Year's Eve. A heartwarming custom.
Yeah.
Shush, quiet.
Is that a custom nowadays? Do families gather for New Year's? I imagine your immediate family would. But does anybody's large families bother to like everybody come the heck to someone's house so that you can celebrate? Bestman stops to listen carefully to the sound. A moment later, a line of night patrolmen is a new word, I've never known that you can say that, pass by from the corner ahead. They march at ease without stopping, clearly ready for the shift change and the chance to get home. It isn't until they disappear completely that Yenise's figure reappears in the puddle.
The guards here are more reliable than ours in the Empire. At least they don't get drunk on New Year's Eve. Madam, we are close to the Jussi.
We didn't prepare anything other than these bottles. Don't cast any skills for now. You need to rest. We don't know what's ahead of us. Hold on. I heard something.
Unlike the neat footsteps of the previous patrol, the distant sound they hear this time is of a slower and warier footsteps. The woman and the Lushu hurriedly dart into the shadow of the nearby eaves.
Staggering footsteps, almost limping. Sounds like this person just tripped and fell. Or drunk.
Yenise follows the sound described by Bestman and looks around.
Junangzi? What is she doing here?
Not far from them, Junyangzi hobbles along. She takes one step, then pauses, 2 steps, then pauses, and finally stops as she prepares to turn down a narrow alley. She looks completely broken down, as though she has been in a fight and perhaps she's just drunk.
Why?
They can hear her talking to herself in the darkness, her voice echoing intermittently against the silently festive street.
Why? No answers for me. How long do I have to wait before I...
What is she saying?
They cannot see whether she's crying or not, but there is a soft sobbing that comes out like a whisper. Even so, she clenches her fist, as if tightly gripping something.
A mistake.
Amid her silent sobbing, Junyangzi relaxes her hand. A long object falls from it into a puddle on the ground.
Oh, she dropped something and left.
Where did she go?
I don't know if she's going to the tavern, but she has left the port. That's for sure. We should go find out what she dropped.
Yenise's figure disappears from the puddle. She takes 2 steps, turns around and bites on Bestman's hem, half dragging, half guiding her towards the corner of the alley's entrance, where the light and darkness intersect. Approaching the water, she finally lets go of Bestman and goes around to the other side. Yenise then lowers her head as though to drink from the puddle and deftly remove a piece of wood from it. She shakes the water off the wooden slab and leans towards Bestman's hand until her friend can grasp it.
It is a wooden chip. Rough surface and some carvings on it. Is this an inscribed text?
Maybe. Please hold it. I'll check the other side. Starting from the round end, there is a person, I guess, at the top.
Skip this part.
A person holding a bowl in the middle, and then?
Then there is a striped horse. What does it mean?
A striped horse. Getian once said that the Lushu has a red mane and the markings of a tiger.
You mean this is a Lushu? But it has no colors. Even if it is a Lushu, why was she crying?
I don't think you should be pointing out the color problem. It's a wooden carving. You can't carve colors onto the wooden
From my
carving.
perspective, Junangzi is not a bad person. I think she did all these things for a reason. Some kind of burden only known to herself.
Burden?
I'm only guessing. Since we didn't catch her words clearly, there is no conclusion, madam.
That being said, the two of them fall into a shared silence. Since entering the city, the dark cloud of the uncertain future has followed them like a shadow.
Well, there's no easy answer to any question here. We should meet with Mr. Getien before making any further arrangements.
Sure.
The woman and the Lushu walks forward at pace. The two increase their speed, arriving outside the grey walls of the church's courtyard before they might be discovered by another team of night patrollers. The streets in this area are built with high walls surrounding their homes on all sides so that people walking by can see nothing but
Stop
stacked
here.
bricks.
I hear...
It is at this moment that Gertian flies over the church's courtyard's walls. His wings flutter lighter than the previous few times, and he has no intention of stopping until he notices the figure at the foot of the wall.
Mr. Getien?
Or perhaps he had no intention of staying until he heard Vesper's voice. Gertian perches on a tree by the roadside, tightly clutching branches bearing leaves that has only begun to wither. The tree's shadows sway, but he goes silent, only stopping as he recognizes the two figures below. The ground nearby is flat and long dried. Without a puddle, Yenisei can only grab hold of Besmet's hand and tug on it tightly to confirm her guess. Besmet though quickly understands. She listens to the sound and walks forward to one side, eagerly reaching around beneath the tree.
Mr. Getien!
Why are you here?
Did they let you go? Have you seen Zhe Nangze? She was on the street just now.
Whatever speculation you're making, I am leaving.
Leaving? Are you going after her?
No, I was not meant to be here in the first place. It's only natural that I should return to the mountain.
Return? But we're not done with Zhe Nangze yet. Yenisei and the others are still in the shape of Lushu. She was turned into a Lushu in front of you. Are you going to just let her be?
She has told you everything.
Yes, she did. Now you're the only one who can persuade others to go after Zhe Nangze. We are foreigners here. People won't listen to us.
He's a foreigner too though.
I am left with no other options. Today at the Zhici, none of us would have gotten away if I hadn't surrendered.
Brandon? This is a fact that, as an observer of the entire scene, Yenisei cannot deny.
They will only see me as a greater threat if I insist on raising doubts about her.
Okay,
they
fair.
have known her for a long time, but know nothing about me. My words have no greater effect than yours, for I'm also a foreigner here.
Okay, okay. Thanks for stating what I stated.
Still, you're going to just give it all up before exhausting every possible way to end this?
A wave of swaying tree shadows causes Gertian to fly up on the alert. He seems to have finally made up his
You
mind
need
to
not
leave.
break my pride. Getians and Miemengs are never meant to get involved in this.
Before a response is issued, the sound of rhythmic footsteps sounds one after another. Whether it is the patrol or some other city personnel, it is enough to immediately alert the vigilant trio. Gertian, though, does not leave. His actions are seemingly not in line with his tongue.
There are people coming. You...
I knew it.
A bold and imposing voice sounds out from the spot the footsteps had been moving towards.
You two are in it together. The merchant identity was only an excuse you made up to enter the city. Isn't that so?
No, please listen to me.
I mean, I can see what they're trying to do, you know, make more chaos in the story, but I don't know if I enjoy it being written this way.
The stories you told Li Jung made no sense at all. How dare you come back like you did nothing and break into the jail?
You go first.
Mr. Getien!
Esmet intuits that she shouldn't just run away. At that moment, the only one who can help her confirm her assumption is Gertian. I will say though, if this was an animated story rather than a visual novel, I think there is a bit more of a leeway to accept that this is what they wrote, but because it's a visual novel and you have to get through this, it's a bit like really must I experience this? The one being sought for help does not make a sound. He dives from the tree, spreading his wings to cast an immense shadow over the scene. He flies between the patrol and Besmet, turning his back towards them, then spreads his wings even wider until they completely block the view of those behind him. Like you see, Like, these lines is really good if it was an animated thing rather than just you reading and imagining it. At this moment, he truly seems like a bird of prey.
Fleet-footed creatures. Get on her back and leave. I'll join you shortly.
Go! Don't you run! Catch them!
And so I had to fight them. Okay. Thanks to Curtian's cover, the two successfully run from the neighborhood and arrive at the shallow shore on the city outskirts, where Yenisei had now stopped twice before. At this moment, the night seems to have become even darker, without a single star to light the sky and only faint moonlight trails scattered across the riverbank.
It's been quite a while. Is he?
Yenisei cannot help but think of Curtian's experience at the Zhishi
Have
at the
faith in
same
him,
morning.
child. He is able to defend himself, since he managed to escape without others' help. I believe he is not aggressive. He left his wand behind when he tried to save you.
A long period of waiting, weird word, pregnant with anxiety, is finally broken by the sound of flapping wings.
Madam!
Curtian crosses over them and stops along the twisted vines, folding his wings and tightly gripping the edges of the tree with his talons. The garment on his head must have split during his fight, and now fully reveals his previously covered expression, both baffled and
You're
tense.
here. You seem fine. Do you still intend to leave? Or have you changed your mind?
Esmond follows the sound of movement, turning her head towards where Curtian landed.
No. I'm here for one last thing. When I was imprisoned in Zhici, I heard that Jiunyangzi would hold a banquet at the tavern tonight. And the Fa Cao was also invited. I'll take the opportunity and get those half Lushus out of there.
Please wait a second, sir.
Yes?
We're not going anywhere. We must release them from the arcane skill and bring them back.
If you don't flee tonight, I'm afraid there will be no better chance for you to lead. Though her true intention is beyond my speculation, I fear the consequences of her action will be severe.
You know full well the consequences.
Certainly.
But you won't help us stop her.
That is not my problem to address. I have done my part.
Curtian, come on, don't be so hard to catch now.
Then why did you help us get rid of the soldiers and offered to help again?
This question surprises Curtian. He had never thought about it until the moment. He lifts his wings, forming a posture similar to cupping his face, sinking into contemplation. After a moment, he conjures up an explanation.
It doesn't suggest my further involvement in this matter.
This story seems to be made out of a guy that cannot process his thoughts and a girl that cannot process her emotions. I think that's what this story is.
You are contradicting your own words, sir.
Curtian lowers his head and looks towards the drying earth near the embankment, out across the river's calm surface.
Very well. I'll put it differently. Look at the street. It is empty tonight.
Oh my
There
god,
was a
stop
time
speaking in
when people
riddles.
sent lanterns down the river on New Year's Eve. Even the simplest lantern would glow like the moon on the water. Those lanterns, carrying people's wishes, floated down the river. The further they went, the more wishes were granted. Some would cast arcane skills on their lanterns to keep them from getting wet. But most of the lanterns still disappeared in the depths of the mountains or at the waterfalls. I used to look down at the city from the mountaintop, watching those lanterns float down the streams and merge into
This
a
is a
light
decent
belt
artwork.
in the dark. They were more brilliant and vibrant than the bonfires that were lit up all night in this city.
The Lushu follows Curtian's gaze and looks towards the river, only to see the bare and narrowing river looking more and more like a stream in her eyes. This sad reality of the present makes it more difficult to imagine the scene described in Curtian's words, despite the nostalgia overflowing from his tone. Bestmet feels it too, but the safety of her companions remains a
I'm
constant
sorry.
concern
I
in
don't
her mind.
understand what you mean. Time is against us.
Now the river has dried up, and the water no longer has vitality. Rainfall is getting scarce, accelerating the dying process. What was given does not compensate for what was lost, so people no longer show up by the river and send their wishes at night.
I'm curious about his VA, because his VA, I think of all the VAs I've heard in the various games, his VA is very unusual. Like, no one speaks like that. At least, no one that I hear of or know speaks like that.
And I have lost my opportunity to watch the light belt. Even so, to this day, I haven't fully understood why I was impelled to leave the mountain. I once thought I couldn't bear the sight of those humans being turned into other creatures.
And now you think it's no longer worth the effort to put things back in order?
Yes. You people are no more than passengers in my life, drifting past me like those lanterns in the river. What's more, what is my purpose here if the gods of Sheti they serve don't intend to intervene?
I can really see how people will question this story, because okay, for one, Gertian's life might be longer than everybody else, so this sounds like a Freyren moment. So does this imply that the whole idea of people being turned into horses have happened for a very long time and Gertian did not choose to intervene? Because in his mind, he thinks, oh, the city is already worshipping a certain god, right? And that god is supposed to be protecting them. So what is he supposed to do if their god doesn't protect them? Like, to him, it's not his responsibility.
The lights in the river are gone, and there will be no more in the future.
Yenisei gazes at her reflection of Lushu. It isn't until Gertian says there will be no more that she suddenly lifts her hooves and steps into the silent river.
What is she doing?
Of course, Besmet can also hear the sound of her entering the water, but she only shakes her head. She knows what the girl is going to do. The moment has arrived for her to
Even
offer
shallow
assistance.
water could also be dangerous. She...
Trust her. She knows what she's doing.
What is this?
Colorful dots of light suddenly ignited in the narrow river in front of them, burning like intense flames along the water surface. Then, the dots of lights meandered the soft riverbank, drifting with the song, like travelers on the long river, journeying without end. The place where the light passes through now shines brighter than all the decorations in city streets, more than many years' worth of river lanterns that had passed through the mountains.
There are river lanterns. Yes? I can't see them, but I can feel the light. Are you appreciating them with your own eyes?
I don't.
Faced with such a scene, Gertian is dumbstruck. I feel like the word is dumbstruck. He can sense Yenisei's Arcane's origins in her bones, but he cannot even begin to imagine what is happening
Mr.
at this
Gertian,
moment.
the fact is, you've seen too many people and grown attached to too many things since you left the mountain. They float in your mind, glistening like the river lantern, and you're saddened by the idea that they will be gone one day, like the lanterns drifting away from your sight. But have you thought that those bright, agile and hope-rising flakes of light would gleam once again? The path of destiny is not always a dead end. It's too soon to give up. Here. It is your wand. Put it away, and please give this another thought.
Ed, what's your thought to what you've just read? I don't know if I enjoyed that. I think it's a bit... So, you're saying Gertian has always had the lingering hope to help the people who turn into horses because he missed the sight of a bright river. And then because Yenisei and Besmet understood that that's what he desired, decided to talk him out of it, and made Yenisei suddenly brighten up an entire river. This story is too difficult for foreigners to understand? I don't think so. I don't think I don't understand it. It's... why? Cian's overall opinion makes sense for this story. What does Cian's overall opinion refer to? They needed to edit this down a little, honestly. It's very round. Yeah, this story is very... like all over the place. It's not a bad reading experience, don't get me wrong, but New Year's Eve. But it definitely could be sweeter and more succinct. In the tavern courtyard at night, the sky is still gloomy with the promise of rain yet to fall, and mist shrouds the heads of all present. But the festive atmosphere of the banquet seems unaffected, and the damp mist is easily dispersed by the clamour and high spirits.
Oh, 九娘子, you are welcoming us at the door this year.
Because Li Zheng said...
Oh, they don't like the story.
Welcome, guys.
Okay, that's what you mean by
You're
overall
all
opinion.
here.
I mean,
What's
I
going
see
on?
the issues with the
Some
story
ice
already. But we
Here,
gotta see the
some
ending.
here flower
We're
seeds.
nearing the
I know
ending.
this is the only flower you would use to make liquor. And here are 2 festoons with auspicious deer patterns. Not a fancy kind, but I made the pattern myself. Put it on the wall if you want. It will look as lovely as the horse paper cutouts you gave me last year.
Oh dear, this is too much. I'll hang them up right away. Thank you so much.
Oh, don't worry. To be honest, I didn't see that you would be welcoming us at the door. I thought I could sneak in and empty the jars before you showed up.
Most had intended to spend the festival at home, but they now gather here at the generous invitation of Jiunyangzi. The golden colors of the courtyard displayed for all to see, punctuated by the delicacies and fine liquor on offer. Almost every corner is filled with people, who scattered about like sand in the desert, with status and age set aside on all notions of formality cast to the wind.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Nancy,
7, 8, 9.
everyone is here.
I'm not sure about that. I haven't counted them up yet.
That might be Fatsao. His family is here. Without it,
Is he still patrolling? This late? Is he still looking for the foreign ladies?
perhaps. But it is not polite to keep other guests waiting.
I see. Then let's start the party first. I'll save him his liquor.
All right, everyone. The hostess has a toast to make. Please pay attention.
Thank you.
Jiunyangzi stands above the crowd, hoping that everyone can see her. Although her mind begins blank, some heartfelt words bubble up, brought to the fore by the encouraging gazes below.
Everyone here knows that I can't read and can't say some sweet words like toasting.
Just say whatever you want.
Don't interrupt her, you imbecile. Oh, all right. Well, where was I?
A toast.
Right, a toast. But I can't do it myself, so I copied a line from the book at the place where I work now. I bid thee all to drink and be merry. Do not stay thy hand from thine cup. Hope I didn't pronounce it wrong. It means people should drink and drink more. So you shouldn't say no to it.
Is that so?
Well, whatever. Anyhow.
Without waiting for everyone present to react, she looks up and drinks her bowl dry in a single gulp. The bowl is now slightly tilted, indicating that it has been emptied. Jiunyangzi's gaze glides over each face one by one, and finally she laughs with glee.
Bottoms up and fill your cups. Cheers!
Soon the cry of cheers begins to echo through the courtyard, one after another, rising wave by wave, until even the festoons on the eaves are shaking. Cheers! Ganpei!
You've always been nice and warm to me since I came here. I can't do anything in return but host this feast. Hope you enjoy the liquor and the dinner. I wish you a peaceful New Year's Eve. May all of your wishes come true in the coming 朔日. Li Zheng, do you have anything else to say?
A peaceful New Year's Eve would be enough.
Peaceful New Year's Eve.
Peaceful New Year's Eve.
Peaceful New Year's Eve.
Li Zheng sits amongst them like a kindly old man from their neighborhood rather than an imposing governor. The crowd loosens up once again. Shortly after he finishes speaking, the sound of clinking cups and tapping chopsticks continue to rise and
You
fall.
did a good job with the toast, Zhou Liangzi. Looks like you've learned something from those love poems. You must have read them unconsciously after you stuck them on the wall.
Oh, please. That custom is no longer popular in our neighborhood. I'd rather transfer the poem onto a kerchief and make a purse out of it, just like Zhou Liangzi did. It draws so much attention.
Actually, I still can't read what they write on the purse, but the characters seem beautiful.
I have a strange feeling this inability to read is going to play out as a reason for why things happen.
What about the one you recited during the toast? You sounded really fluent. Who taught that to you?
Oh, that's from the former Zhili, the one who went back to our hometown. She taught me that.
Speaking of her, is she going to come back?
I didn't know any better, but by now, she should be at home, having New Year's Eve dinner.
Did you hear from her? If she doesn't come back, you will have to work as the official Zhili. Who will take care of the tavern by then? Tavern has never had a reliable owner before you. It would have still been run down if you hadn't taken over it.
Jiu Niangzi is kind and warm-hearted. Such a girl of integrity can perform well in both running a tavern and being a Zhili.
You have a high regard for her, Li Zhen. Are you telling the truth or showing partiality?
The truth, of course. What she said in the Jersey a few hours ago is still vivid in my mind. I once again realized that it's never too late to learn.
No. I'm not as good as you said.
What did she say?
Things like, one can remove the footsteps, but not the path one walketh on. Act not against the nature of thy flesh, for through it all things were made. She made it sound easy.
Crowd erupts in a series of alarmed cries.
Really?
Absolutely. She is indeed illiterate, but she keeps learning and interprets the classic sayings in her own way. Even if there were other scholars, they would be convinced by her powerful speech. Sadly, the one she confronted was not a human, but a Yao.
Confronted a Yao in a Zhici? Was that the featherman?
She thought the featherman was Xiangrui and asked him some questions.
You actually asked him questions? He could have turned you into another striped horse.
I didn't think of that back then. This is the first time I've ever been so close to a Yao. He looks so similar to the ones in the books, so I...
Jiu Niangzi, where are you?
The rapid sound of footsteps approaches and their leader figure steps into the tavern in several broad and forceful steps. The abrupt sound severs the excitement in the courtyard.
What? What happened?
What is...
Where is Jiu Niangzi?
Here! I'm here! What's happening?
Turns out those foreign ladies have been in league with Gu Tian the whole time. They helped him break out of jail and hid themselves in the wild with their arcane skills. I'm sure it will rain again soon, and it will be dangerous to stay in the wild. By then, they will come to you.
I'm sure it will rain again soon and it will be dangerous to stay in the wild.
Because you are the Featherman's target.
What? Wait, this is ancient China. Was the concept of rain being bad existing that long ago? In the courtyard, the crowd gaze follows Fa Cao closely. While Fa Cao's own eyes are fixed on Jiu Niangzi, they realize now that some word of resistance is on her tongue.
What? Jiu Niangzi, You must leave here. You can't stay in the tavern.
But it's my tavern. Why am I leaving my own place?
Good.
You are
Good
in
reply.
danger. Since Guo Tian was able to break out of jail, he will for sure be able to break into the Jutsu. For your safety, I will have my soldiers escort you to the government office. That's the only safe place now.
No, I'm not leaving. He is neither a Xiangrui nor a strong Yao. Why are we afraid of him?
Sound of wings cutting through the air overlaps the end of Junang's question. The new arrival spreads his wing like a dark cloud blanketing the courtyard's colorful decorations and dazzling lights.
She's right. You need not fear me. This lady owner of the tavern is the bigger concern here.
Formation 1!
The well-trained guards surround the tavern, and the sound of running, trampling feet echoes through the courtyard.
I knew you would come first. Where are your accomplices? Are you the vanguard of the team?
Jiunyangzi, it's not too late for you to stop. No more turning people into a Lushu. Too many people have gone missing because of you.
This information, unknown present, hits like a stone cast into water. Questions and whispers begin to circulate through the crowd like ripples in a
Turn
pond.
people into a Lushu? But the wanted poster says those are striped horses.
What is he talking about?
Yunyangzi looks up into the air and stares straight at the looming figure of Gertian above her.
What are you talking about? You know nothing about Lushus. Besides, what do I have to do with the missing people?
He's talking nonsense, right, Jiunyangzi?
Save the talk. Catch him first.
Is this a fight? Okay, so I think a fight happened here. So what? Oh, okay. Okay, boss time! Let's go! It is regrettable that such events occur in our time. A wish come true. The uninvited guest is not willing to attack, even in his own defense, so a one-sided battle ensues. It is only natural that the side resigned to only evading will eventually lose.
Surrender and dispel your arcane skill. Turn the victims back to who they were.
At this moment, Bestman and Yenisei rush to the edge of the encirclement. The communication arcane skill that Gertian cast on them earlier is quietly translating the words for people.
We will put an end to it before the Shuozhu.
But I don't possess the power to transform people from one shape to another, and thus cannot turn them back.
No, don't say the last line. The first line is the most important.
You're asking the wrong one.
Gertian struggles to hold on and rest on the eaves, still looking directly at Junyangzi with some hidden meaning. But Junyangzi shows no hint of understanding, simply looking back with a placid anger. Her look is so forceful that it's almost a glare.
Why do you have to blame this on me? I've never met those missing people, and I have no idea what you're talking about. Is this because... Did you have a grudge against me or something?
Nothing of that sort. I'm here only to prevent an unwanted escalation. I could have just walked away, and there's nothing you can do. I could have gone to other mountains, and life would have continued as it has always been. But for those who have been turned into half-Lushus, no one can get them out of this trouble.
Junyangzi stands stunned before him. After a moment, she struggles out an accusatory remark, but her voice trembles slightly.
Been turned into half-Lushus? Are you saying that the animals in my backyard and those in the Jutsu, are they all the missing people? But I thought they were just Lushus. The first time I saw them, it was clear that we were alike. We're just some...
What? What? But my...
Half divine beasts.
I cannot... I simply can't process this paragraph. So she couldn't link that the animals that she owns were the missing people, and then thereafter she says, oh, I thought that they were just some Lushus. And then she just said, oh, she just thought that these people were like her. What? Wait, huh? The crowd is thrown into a commotion. She turns a deaf ear to them and once again stares blankly at Gertian.
So they must not be humans. I've done nothing to transform them. I'm just taking good care of them so that they can tell me where they're from, and if they can, take me home.
Oh? Her trembling words usher in the silence. Gertian, who knows she has already begun to waver, can only sigh. It seems he is starting to see the whole picture for what it is.
The Niuyang Mountain shelters the beasts. The beasts have white heads, red tails, the bodies of horses, and the markings of tigers. When they neigh, the sound becomes music. The name is Lushu. The striped horses you keep in the yard are half Lushus. They look like what's told in the tales, and they cry like humming songs in the moonlight. And the wooden dolls infuse your arcane skill, the shape of will, into the liquid, which turns people into Lushus or half Lushu. As for the dolls, they were once soaked in the water of Peiling River. Were they not?
The stream runs through the backyard. No. No way. They went there just for fun, or a bath. They should not...
Beyond the encirclement formed by patrolling troops, Besmet judges the course of events through the sound of people's voices. Yunyangzi falls silent. The seeds of suspicion has been planted, and it is now time for witnesses to take the stand. Hidden in the crowd, Yedise crashes into the soldiers on both sides of her. Sharp swords and spears brush over her Lushu skin, but she seems completely unfazed, charging straight towards the direction of the water jar.
What? Who let it in? Catch it!
The water leaking from the jar creates puddles in the crevices of the courtyard. Although it isn't much, it is still enough to buy some time.
Wait!
It's you!
Yi Cheng immediately looks up at Gertian, as though wishing to catch a glimpse of the arcane skill cast from his still figure, only to find nothing there.
The markings of a tiger and a red mane. Exactly what the featherman said. But its reflection is a woman?
This is story convenience. I mean, I don't mind the convenience. I like the idea that there's a person that out of the blue have the ability to control water, visited the country in time, and therefore is able to solve this situation. I just realized something. This whole story also started out with Besmet bringing a team of explorers to find the Legend of the East, right? The Ask and Inquire. I just remember the name of the spell. We haven't really seen it yet. So I'm assuming that's what's going to be explained in the last part of this story. A gasp sounds out from the crowd.
Oh my, the reflection. Is that the foreign lady from the street earlier?
Yunyangzi also casts a bewildered gaze towards Yedise.
You are a Lushu. You're a real Lushu now. This is what a Lushu should be.
What?
But why are you still here?
I don't see what you mean, Miss Junangse.
Oh, you're hurt. And you shouldn't be here. It's not right.
He lightly taps the pool of the water with her hand, as if soothing the invisible reflection of herself.
I thought you were able to recognize your teammates and had already left here.
What?
Wait, what? I get it.
Even Yedise's reflection in the water ripples in response to this sudden realization.
Junangse, you turned me into a Lushu because you thought that would help me find my teammates, didn't you? Last night, you said you would help me, so this is how you...
So this is explaining the part where she said she thought that Yunangzi deliberately turned her, whereas everybody else should have been an accident. Now that's a really dumb reason.
But I was not asking for help. I was only being emotional, or pouring out my troubles. Anyway, I was not asking for anything from you. From the talk, I could feel the sincerity from the bottom of your heart. It was too real to be fake. I understand you were trying to help, and that was enough.
But I don't understand. The Taoist said, the one who can protect and benefit the people shall be a Xiangrui. If you can, but you don't, that would be wrong.
What?
I've done a terrible job. I'm not that majestic, nor do I look like any Xiangruis in the book. I can't even turn into a real Lushu. How is that enough?
She takes her head and takes 2 steps back until she can retreat no longer and collides with a motionless patrol guard.
Jiunyangzi, I think you need to tell us everything.
Li Zheng, who has been standing nearby, now speaks, his tone intensifying as he goes on.
Have you ever transformed people into Lushus?
Yunyangzi turns her head, only to find that everyone's gaze has now shifted towards her, needling her with probing eyes.
Answer us!
I swear that I was trying to help everyone get what they want. Just like the former Zhili. She wanted to go back to her hometown, so I offered her a drink and sent her back.
Story is a tragedy, in both a good and bad way. I mean, I expected this. I was thinking, oh, she's probably turning everyone into horses to help them. But God, the reason is dumb.
Junyangzi, do you understand what you are saying?
I understand every word I say.
Her reaction says more than any confession. Every sentence is a declaration. Every sentence is an interrogation.
Jiunyangzi, what have you done?
You should have asked this a lot earlier.
What did you do to the Zhili?
1.7 will cleanse my brain. I can't wait. With Li Zheng, who has always trusted her, turning on her in anger, Yunyangzi's reaction is to grab her own arm tightly as if for protection. She wants to step back again to keep herself away from the intense emotion, but there is nowhere else left for her to go. All she can do now is answer.
She came to my tavern and complained that you didn't understand her at all, and that she was considering going back to her hometown, but it seemed far away from Pei City. She looked sad and tired and didn't know what to do.
So you...
I must grant her wish. Mustn't I? The Taoist said a Lushu can easily go 1,000 miles within a day. If they start running, go faster, that will be over 10,000 miles. If that's how I can help her, I should definitely do that.
You...
Yunyangzi lowers her eyes, trying to find more suitable words for her confession, but in the end, only a knot of confused sadness fills her throat. I mean, I'm not done with the story yet, but a review for where it is right now, I have to say, this is weirdly both well written and badly written at the same time. I don't know how. It's actually quite an experience. It is both a good and a bad story at the same time. Never would I thought that's a way I describe a story.
Just like now. If the Peiling River dries out, you have nowhere to go. Just turn into Lushus, and then you won't suffer. Lushus can go anywhere they want. To the north, to the south, wherever they want. I can grant your wish differently, even if I can't recover the river from drought. I was thinking, going away freely might be a good choice. But in the end...
Okay, I mean, Blanky, what you say is kind of correct. Like, if there's something that you can't fault with her, it's the fact that she's not using human logic, right? She's not human, at least from what I see. So...
But in the end...
Actually, if I'm not wrong, she's actually even saying that she's a Xiangrui. Which I'm supposing Xiangrui is a god. So to her, her duty is to respond to people by helping them. For a moment, almost everyone is at a loss of how to deal with this revelation. Every sentence seems to be absolutely wrong, but the tone with which she speaks is completely sincere. No, it's a god with a power that makes her dumb, because she turns people into horses. Which, funnily, to her, every problem is solved by turning people into horses. Is what's going on here. Yet, no matter what explanation she might offer, it only reveals that the true culprit of the disappearances was in fact Junyanzi herself.
You...
No one familiar with Junyanzi anticipated this moment, that on the eve of the festival, a time of joy and reunion, they had to come to grips with a colossal disaster caused by such a simple act of childishness.
But if not by doing this, then what else can I do?
This matter is too chilling and heartbreaking for an early spring night. Yenise, who has remained silent for a long time, takes a step forward.
Junangse, remember what you said to me last night? Liquor has many different names, but they're still... You can put on many different clothes, but you will still be the same Junangse. Likewise, whether you turn me into a horse, a donkey, or a lushu, I will still be the same Yenise. You don't have to force yourself to become the people's Zhangrei. I think it's only an unreachable symbol. What matters is that the Junangse I know would do whatever she could to help others. That's just what the Zhangrei does, as far as I know. Even though some results turned out to be not so satisfying.
Wait, okay.
Your sincerity
Nice speech, but you gotta make her understand. You know, turning people into horses, isn't it?
So now, you just need to turn us all back.
Yes, so turn back. Where no path lies before you. It's never too late to return.
But will she become angry? Seeing Li Zheng, who has become silent for a while now, nodding, Junyang's worried expressions begin to stifle a few beams of hope.
I will. I will do my best.
Yunyangzi turns around and whistles. Immediately after, the sound of wooden footsteps follows and gradually echoes around the courtyard. They circle in and silently jump around her.
Alright, you can talk now. It's okay. What?
These handicrafts are able to talk. How could you be manipulated by them, Junangzi?
No, you're getting it wrong. Don't save me, Li Zheng. I'm not manipulated. They're just wood. Well, they're indeed my friends. No. That's not for now. They just talk like that. That's not what they mean.
The elder's patience teeters now to a verge of exhaustion, yet his responsibilities force him to stay calm and wait patiently for the end of this fast.
This shall be the last time I put my trust in you. Ask them how to transform people back, but if you can't...
Yunyangzi knows that there can be no can't allowed at this juncture. She turns her head to look at the patrolmen surrounding the entire courtyard and the locals with their fearful faces. Finally, she shakes her head to clear her mind of any unnecessary emotions and focuses on just one thing.
You heard him. Now, please tell me how to turn them back into humans, will you? If it requires liquor, I'll get it for you.
Oh.
The Taoist? I didn't forget anything. And you, I see. You must be messing with me because I treated you badly this morning. This is your revenge, right? It's not the time for it. I really need you to... No way! No, there must be a way. I must be able to dispel my own craft.
At the end of her somewhat lackluster speech, her voice weakens to a whimper, an acknowledgement that there is no way out.
You must come to the jutsu with me, Junyangzi. We'll see what we can do.
He signals to the patrol soldiers to come forward and take her away. At this moment, Yunyangzi no longer seems to be willing to cooperate and instead takes another step back.
I'm sorry, but I must fix it. I can fix it. This is all because of me. I need to...
he makes a ritual gesture, attempting one final desperate act of self-salvation.
I will think carefully. Think of what I did before. I can do it. I can do it without them.
A dim light emanates from her forehead, like moonlight or the silver stripes on the Lushu skin in the dead of night. The sound of more wooden doors leaping wildly rings out. They emerge from various corners of the courtyard, breaking through the encirclement of patrol soldiers and locals with unexpected force, heading straight towards Junyangzi. The miniature wooden creations begin to grow rapidly in a twisted formation before Junyangzi, who is now overwhelmed by a sudden burst of pain. They shift from a human form into strange, enormous beasts. To this point, everything has proceeded almost exactly like the prophecy. Yenise is my helper. Yenise is my helper, but she is not the correct element. Great. I mean, yeah, this squad should be fine, right? Wait, hold on. Yeah, this squad is fine.
The puppy wishes to come along.
Wooden dolls become this? Oh, double boss! Okay, first time for a double boss in the game.
I believe in you. That's right!
This goes hard.
Handle it gently.
Take it easy.
So long lives this, and this gives power to thee.
My child, here's something fun for you. Try for free. Try for free.
What's this blazing flames? 6 rounds. All characters gain a damage bonus of 10% at the start of the round. Inflict one stat of hit burn on the enemies.
So, if you notice anything, please instruct us.
The southeast will be the weak spot of the cyan-colored wooden creature.
Watch southeast. Please make it clearer to us. We're running out of time.
Facing the south and seeing the moon rise to the southeast, one may find a position of calm. I see the fire appears along, so the ritual has a flaw. Move with it. Is this? Careful. It is performing some kind of ritual, but we are getting too close. I need a full view of it.
What are you doing? You can't just...
I sense danger. Jiunyangzi, stop the dolls immediately if you still have senses.
I can't... What? Stop who, you said? My wooden dolls will never hurt anyone. Just like me.
This music goes fucking hard. Oh my god. This music is legit wilding.
My sword shot.
The puppy agreed with your decision.
I believe in you.
Nice tactic!
So long lives this, and this gives power to thee. Premio sereno intenso ad infinito.
Don't be so hard.
Is this a timer? I'm quite worried. This looks like a timer for something bad to happen if I don't make it in time. Or maybe it's just I don't get to enjoy the buff. It could be that.
That's it gently. Like a lighter. Flying hand.
Need to kill the bosses at the same time.
Hey. Try for free.
I have to see what I can do. I don't know if these guys can be silenced. If they can be silenced, it'll be fantastic.
Bloody handle it gently.
CC immune? Oh, screw me then.
A sword shot.
The ocean dried and I'm alone again. Hey!
Sempre caro mi sequestrare un golem.
Yep, CC immune. Oof. This is a mass attack. It's a one target attack.
Take it easy. Try for free. Try for free.
I failed the mission. Oh my god. Wait, does this have the same... I'm understanding something now. Are they using the same logic as Marianne, where if you kill one boss, the other one gets super strong?
The puppy agreed with your decision.
Each moment, now night.
Flying handbag for
Oh really? Oh, so it's just... Okay, so the chilling. The pink chilling. Okay, good.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Mommy. I'm sorry.
The doors are no longer moving, are they? I heard no noise.
They aren't. No more dog or rituals. It's over. Let your mind sleep. Wake up, Jonas.
I heard something. They didn't say goodbye and they left me. Right? Yeah, right. Like always.
Warning, warning. The puppy is fleeing
I
the
dies
scene
when
at
the
its
stage is
maximum
cleared.
speed.
Vinyanza sits slumped in the debris of the wooden door, smashed through everyone's joint efforts. The pain fading from her face leaves only a desperate look of despair. She holds the fragments of wood, helpless, as though she were that weak and panicked girl in the bustling marketplace once more.
Seems what they said is true. I can't do it. I just want everything to be back to normal.
Yeah, I'll retry it later.
Is that too much?
There should have been ways to undo it. But now, even I am confounded. Your pain is real. Then...
Beside the broken water jar, Yenisei looks towards Besmet, who seems to feel something and gently breaks free from the stupefied patrol soldiers. This static courtyard is like a frozen scene, and Besmet is the only actor walking freely on the stage. Not being able to see the danger gives her an unworldly calm.
You said you can't do it. Not that you don't want to. Right? The arcane skill with conditions cannot be taken back once it is cast, just like the irretrievable curses and vows in Siberian shamanism.
I can see some markings on this girl's skull, like an unknown seal. I've been speculating about what caused limitation of her power. This may be the reason why she's in pain. A seal powerful enough to change one's marking on the bones is not to be easily broken.
Skull?
Vinyanza raises her hand and touches her forehead. The yellow drawing upon it should have been swept away by this sudden movement, forming a colorful mark or something else, but it doesn't.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Her exploration bearing no fruit, Junyangzi warily withdraws her hand and gives out her investigation.
I can't. I can turn them into Lushus, but not the opposite way. Maybe I can't be a Xiangrui at all. I'm not qualified.
At this point, the story has entered an unsolvable
Alright.
impasse.
There's one more question that seems to
Or is
be
it impasse?
overlooked by us all. How many people have drunk Zhenengsi's liquor in the
Oh, no.
merry festival spirit?
Oh no. You can't ask that in a crowd that is literally fearing for their lives. Wait, so Light to Tavern is the... This is the story that explains her more, right? But I have time to do it. Oh, Main's Bulletin is opening. Okay, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play Main's Bulletin on my own, unfortunately. What is Echoes in the Mountain? There's a new net though. I tell you what I'm going to do. I will explore both her story and Gertian's story when Gertian's story drops. So we will experience both of this when this drops. So that's in 14 days. If any of you want me to pull for Gertian, let me know. I'm okay to accept pull requests now for Gertian. So feel free to mention it in the Discord. But yeah, we'll do that and then we'll play Utu also. So it'll be quite a big stream actually. If I'm gonna watch 2 stories, yeah, I think the stream is gonna be huge. So look forward to that. And then yeah, Utu will play that also. Okay, for now, let's continue. Clasp your hands, bow your head, and become a figure gazed upon. Echoes in the Mountain is a new roguelike. Is it permanent? When the voice of this outsider fades, the fated hour also arrives. Those among the crowd who drank the liquor undergo a transformation amidst chaotic screams, as each and every one of them becomes a Lushu. Not this one, temporary. I think I should be able to play it when the Gertian event drops, right? God, how big of a reverse stream am I trying to do? Because reading 2 stories can literally take me like 6 hours. Okay, it might be 2 streams then. I'll think about it. Maybe I'll have to allocate 2 days to play through reverse content. As Junyangzi watches this irreversible scene, she is unaware that tears are already flowing down her face. She has made no progress at all. Everything is no different now than it was a few years ago, when she was even more reckless and naive. Wait, here's a little bit. Oh, everybody transformed. Okay. If this wasn't a limited story event, I will say this. The story kind of slaps, okay? There's some parts that's really just makes you go, really now? What's with the level of dumbness? What's with the level of stupidity that we're seeing from Gertian or Jiu? But it's not bad to me. Cause like, I guess the dumbness is the tragedy of the story, right? Cause one can say God is Jiu stupid, but then again, there's a bit of helplessness to it. You know? I just think it shouldn't have been an anniversary story because it's not written worthy enough to be that great. Yeah. And I do think that an anniversary story, especially celebrating Chinese New Year, should not have been a devastating story. You know? I feel like it could have gone a more fun route rather than this.
The Taoist told me that my mother was the 9th Lushu from the very beginning of time. Great, though distant. After all, except for the moment she turned from a human into a Yao when she was leaving, I don't quite remember her.
Your mother was the Xiangrui, the people's guardian.
What is a Xiangrui?
The spirit of auspiciousness. The great Yao who protects and benefits people. Like your mother once did. But a Xiangrui is not supposed to have any personal feelings. She fell because of you. Because of the personal feeling. Remember that.
What is a personal feeling?
It's something she shouldn't have had. For you, either. But you shall keep to the path she left.
What path? Is it like the dirt path we're walking on? Or the stone path around the house?
Neither. Stay in this city. Be their guardian. Be a Xiangrui. You shall understand when the day comes.
The Taoist brought me here and left me here. That's exactly what my mother, the former Xiangrui, did to me as well. So I took departure as the price of living in the human world. Before I came to Pei City, the Taoist guaranteed me that, be a Xiangrui, and then you will understand her. How alluring was that? That's why I chose to stay here. At first, I couldn't stop thinking about what the Taoist said. But I had no idea how, because I was never taught how by anyone.
Before this line appeared, I was already going to say, because of them abandoning her, no one taught her how to help. You know, she was appointed as the Xiangrui, but she was appointed that with zero guidance.
I didn't have any other choice, so I started to recall my mother by piecing together the scattered words and descriptions from books and legends to recall what a Xiangrui is. I tried to be her, tried to replace her, just to meet her once again. If I got to meet her, I would ask her, what was on your mind? If only you could see me doing such a great job as a Xiangrui, would you feel even the slightest twinge of guilt? For deserting me, for leaving me alone? Well, looks like I've neither truly understood her, nor a Xiangrui.
We're not at the end of the story yet, but I have to say this. The story unintentionally hit quite hard for me. Oh, I don't like that it did that. Oh, this is reminding me of the fucking color border. Oh my god. I'm not gonna shed any tears, okay? It's very weird for me to say it this way as well, but... I don't feel this way now that I'm like 24 years old, but the way she behaved reminds me of how I felt when I was younger, because I lived my life without a dad. So I spent quite a lot of time thinking about how to behave, you know, because I mean I only have my mom, but like I spent a lot of time to think about what it means to be a boy or what it means to be a guy, you know, because people have, like, you know, the fact that if you have a dad and whatnot, you can easily ask questions that you can feel comfortable to ask. But then I kind of don't have that, you know. So I kind of go about wondering these things in my younger years. I feel like at least I kind of grew out of it being more independent and okay to find things out on my own. But I won't deny like that feeling where she said, you know, what would my mother do, or what would the real Xiangrui do, right? Yeah, a part of me also thinks that way at times. That's why I say it's very weird that this story had to hit me in an unexpected way. Why must it do that? I mean, color bonus hit me in the way of fuck. They brought in like hopelessness and suicide.
Yangzi, are you really going to?
As someone who has always been steadfast in his will, he rarely hesitates. He doesn't know which words to use to emphasize the danger of this matter to the person in front of him, or whether all his words are powerless before her final choice. And so, ultimately, he remains silent.
It's fine. I know there's no one who could jump over it. In order to stop me, Li Zheng even told me some stories, and they were not very suitable for children. But I have to, because there's no other way. Only the divination. Well, you can't talk about Shuozhi without the divination, right? Thank you for letting me go. You even brought me the clothes. But the Julie is not here. I'm not sure if I'm wearing it right. But it's okay. Even if it's wrong, it still looks new.
Some people complain about this outfit for Chiu.
Colorful.
I do think it's a bit strange. I don't quite understand it. She pats the hem of her skirt aimlessly, then folds the cuffs, and finally folds the silk drapes once more. When she cannot find anything else to fix, her farewell rises to the tip of her tongue.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, it is very off personality. I don't quite understand this costume choice for her.
I'm leaving. Then.
Okay, but yeah, it's true. She just says she doesn't know how to wear it. So I can understand that it doesn't look like a nice choice. Maybe a part of me also thinks there's a better way to portray messiness than this. Binyanzi steps back and places her hands beneath her forehead, palm to back. She bows farewell to Fa Cao in the hallway, and the Lu Shu turn from Li Zheng. A gesture of gratitude and an apology. She has never performed such a ritual before. This will be the first and last time.
Perhaps we will find another way. You don't have to.
He doesn't finish, because anything he wants to say would be untrue. An example of unwarranted conflict from a survivor towards their aggressor. And so, Junyangzi says nothing. She shakes her head as if she hadn't even heard his proposal, retreating into the rain, and then turns around and walks towards the outside of the Zhici. Her footsteps have never been so relaxed before, with each step becoming faster and faster, almost evolving into a sprint towards the end. She runs towards the outside of the city, but not to escape. Is this outfit supposed to be reminiscent to any ceremonial outfit? It's hard to say because she's not even wearing it properly, so I don't even know if it's looking like a ceremonial outfit. Outside the city, Bestman and Yenese stands at the end of the broken bridge, gazing at the misty bank opposite to them. Gertian is perched on the tree above their heads. He has been here all along, arriving earlier than the others.
Mr. Getian, we are left with only one option, which is to stand here and pray for her. Correct? Pray that the Ask and Acquire, or the Divination, will answer us and give us what we want in a flash. But is it really possible?
Oh, we're bringing back the Ask and Inquire.
I think not. We should go.
Vesmet listens to the advancing footsteps around her, emanating from all those who are walking towards the bridge, still remembering the auspicious significance of this New Year's Day. At first, she tries to distinguish the voices that might be Fatal's and the others, but as the rain grows heavier and louder, she finally gives
I
up.
heard today is a special day for the locals, known as Sui Zhao Chuan.
Sui Zhao Chun.
Mr. Getian, what is Sui Zhao Chuan?
Vesmet holds her wet fringe to one side and tilts the oil umbrella towards Yanxi. The Lu Shu silently approaches and leans against her tightly.
It comes from an Asian proverb. 百载难逢，岁朝春。
百载难逢，岁朝春. Don't know what it means.
It's the first day of a new year, and the first day of spring. 立春, the beginning of spring, corresponds to the lower trigram of Kan, in the direction of Gen. It is the season of life, a time when the weather is clear and the young fills the air.
They are pleasing to the ears, but I don't know what to make of it when all these are put together.
立春 is one of the 24 solar terms. It signifies the beginning of spring. 岁朝春 is how people would call it when the first day of the Du Shuo festival and the first day of spring happen to be the same day. It is a once-in-a-century good sign.
What's the equivalent of Sui Zhao Chun in our real world? Is there an
Indeed.
equivalent?
It's also the first day of a new year. I like the coincidence.
Do you still find it equally pleasing if your teammates are not coming back?
Then I will take them home as they are now and see what I can do. I know the words are hidden behind your silence, but this is the best option for now. After all, as you just said, prayers are not enough to bring them back.
They could, for a time.
But that's only what happened in the past. As you just said, good days only exist in our memories.
That was before the flood. The aftermath of that disaster lasted longer than I thought. I was so wrong to think it was over.
Vesmet looks up. A drop of rain falls right onto the fabric she uses to cover her eyes. Then more falls, and more, gradually wetting the entire weave surface. She listens without intending any comment.
It all began with the unstoppable flood. At first, it was just a few unusual tides that no one noticed. Then, the flood came, followed by the destruction of the bridge. The temple on the mountain thus lost its connection to its pilgrims. The prayers were no longer answered. I do not understand what caused all these things. My people left the mountain to help with the situation, but they never came back. And now, even this river beneath us is gone, just like the Yuan Temple, forever lost.
Behind them, the city residents gradually approach and carve words of divination onto the wooden sticks in their hands, just as they had in previous years. They are prepared for the fact that they may not have an answer to their questions, but they know nothing of the reason why. Vesmet feels the weight of the growing crowd. They gather and write in the rain, working tirelessly for a long time. Is this the eternal fate of humans and Arcanists to act upon desires they know cannot be realized?
It's useless. The god won't hear us, nor will it see
The
us.
equivalent should be the equinox. That makes perfect sense. Okay, yeah. Whatever occasion he named right now, just now should be called the equinox.
Please know that I don't mean to offend you with this question.
Please.
Can't you take those people to the other end of the bridge? If the condition of the divination is to go across the broken bridge.
Though we're both outsiders in this place, you are more naive than I am.
Huh?
One can only meet the condition by going over the bridge oneself. even if the price is their life. You might think it's cruel, but what good would it do if people were easily given what they asked for, without paying a price?
Monkey's paw?
Wouldn't it make others' suffering a joke?
Gertian lowers his head to look at Besmet and the quiet Yennesae beside him, thinking that they perhaps do not believe his words. He rarely needs to say so much to others in a short space of time, but since he has already started, he might as well finish.
You don't believe me?
I'm trying to understand.
It's all the same. I can take you to the other side of the bridge, but you must not be disappointed if it ends up fruitless.
Pardon?
I can take you there.
Why? Why the change of mind?
Haven't I mentioned it before?
Mentioned what?
Your bones. Among all the others, you are the only one for whom I do not recognize the markings on your bones.
I just realized Gertian have cool eyes. It's white and black. Like the right eye is white and the left eye is black. Another way out. Leap across the chasm and rediscover the lost unknown. This new discovery swiftly draws Besmet's attention away from the broken bridge.
What is that supposed to mean?
Judging from the fact that you have unreadable bones, you are certainly neither a Yao nor a human. A Grumpkin? No.
Oh, I'm also an Arcanist.
My instinct told me that I should flee to the end of the world the moment I saw you.
You did run away, along with my poor teammates, who were turned into Lushus.
I could not have imagined being around someone with unreadable bone. Turns out, it wasn't as strange as I thought it would be.
Not much difference, you mean? Like the people here believe that there's no difference between humans and Arcanists, which makes me very surprised.
Based on the bones I've seen, they are different. It's just...
Doesn't make a difference. Right? We are the same when we desire something.
That's a nice line. We are the same when we desire something. Besmet turns her face towards where the people are moving. She holds her face as if firmly staring at something, despite her lack of sight.
I wasn't questioning you or the temple when I asked you about flying to the other side. I wasn't even questioning the strange condition of this arcane skill.
What do you mean?
I was running out of options. It was just some futile effort I made when I realized this was a dead end. But I have no idea how it got to this point.
Besmet makes a decision. She lifts the oil umbrella and sticks it between the branches above her head, walking out from beneath its cover, heading towards the people carving sticks in the rain. Yennesae does not stop either. She follows behind Besmet, just as she has been doing since their departure.
Where are you going?
I have questions to ask.
Even if there are no answers?
Yes. I think it is the same for all these people. They keep asking, even though they hear no answers.
Religion. Besmet walks forward, almost reaching the broken bridge, until Yennesae grabs her sleeve.
It's okay. I know what you're going to say.
Yennesae reveals her image in the rain. The surface of the water is lightly patted by raindrops, and her face is rippled by their falling. Fortunately, her heart is no longer swaying like her reflection.
How are you going to do it? We don't have any wooden chips like that.
I will use my finger, mud, and water. On the ground. You can ask too. Whatever means you use.
What I want to know.
Besmet crouches down and pokes her index finger into the soft mud, writing a few Cyrillic letters, then others, and then still more. By the time she finishes writing the entire question, the first letters have already been eaten by the heavy rain, like seawater washing away etchings on the beach.
Child, what's your question?
So I think I will write it down.
Inise doesn't believe that doing so will have any purpose, but she cannot refuse Bestman. As she gazes at her face in the pool of water, she once again activates her arcane skill and asks the question that has been waiting in her heart. The red-haired girl suddenly disappears from the pool of water in front of her. Instead, a line of Cyrillic letters composed of warm-colored dots appear on the clear water surface. A girl looks at the water and realizes that the line of words doesn't even need to be fully legible. Rain pounds and waves rise. The water trembles with her question. Where is my water? That's both a huh line and a damn, that's a good line in one. The sudden emergence of more animal footsteps prevents Yenisei from becoming lost in deeper thought. The red-haired girl reappears in the water, her tone as unsparing as usual.
Are they still going to carry out the fortune walk?
Yenisei turns around. These animals, neither Lushus nor striped horses, have left the city's unattended Shici and coincidentally arrived here. They are stood there naked and tired, unadorned in any festive decorations. The ribbons and flowers Yenisei had seen on the first day in the bustling market have disappeared, not suitable for the present situation after all.
They are carrying wooden chips in their mouths.
They're all here, right?
Yes, with the wooden chips. They are here for the divination, but the chips are empty.
They will have to ask in their minds.
What would you like me to do?
You can be their mouths, hands and eyes. You can also do nothing, just like the good sir waiting behind us.
Gertian remains in the tree and thus sees everything. His wings have become damp and heavy from the rain, and the cloth on his head is soaked, pressing down heavily as if dragging him back to the ground, back into the mud, back to the place where the world began. He doesn't move, silently taking stock of everything that happened under the tree.
I see. If they are here for the divination, I will help.
There are many puddles on the uneven ground. After a brief flicker of light, faces begin to appear in the water. They fade again one by one, forming in long or short sentences. Though Yenisei cannot understand them, this is all she can do. She continues to look for a while, then forces herself to turn around and search for Bestman.
Madam, after we go back...
Bestman smiles, shakes her head gently, and halts at the girl's words. Bestman turns around, seeming to be facing Gertian's direction, back to the city gates from which everyone came. She can sense a steady stream of energy flowing towards some destination.
You're wrong. It can hear us.
Gertian is in the tree, shaking off his wings like a swallow, shaking off the reasons for making him feel so excessively damp. He knows that Bestman must not be talking to him, as the blind Arcanist continues to work in vain. But then he is wrong yet again.
Who is that?
The sound everyone present can hear becomes louder and louder against the breaking silence, accompanied now by nothing but the patter of the rain, to the point where they all turn back in response. All they see is a red draft swiftly passing over them all. It is Jiunyangzi. Nezuko. What the heck am I looking at? Across the bridge! Both those familiar and unfamiliar with her quickly realize her identity, despite the change. Why did she do it? Did she really jump over the broken bridge? What could possibly have happened to her after doing so? A myriad of questions hovers in the mind of the confounded witnesses.
It was her. The noise I heard. It was Zhe, right? It was an unusual disturbance when she jumped over the bridge.
That was 九娘子, Mr. Liu. Did you see that?
Yes, that's her. That's really her. High heaven, she did it. She jumped over.
In short, someone hurriedly pokes their heads towards the opposite bank of the broken bridge, but stops and withdraws at the cliff's edge. They are seeking a definite answer, but fear the steepness and height of the cliff. Naturally, they never imagine that someone might cross it.
That's right. It's Junangsi.
Oh, they changed!
She turned into a Lushu. Madam, she turned into a real Lushu.
The people are back. And the river.
The river.
The Pele River is rising!
Beneath the cliff no longer lies a canyon or low river, but a constantly rising torrent.
I can talk. My body's... What's happening?
The people finally react. They look at each other excitedly, a red light illuminating their faces like the dazzling courtyard fires beneath the festival walkways, or the strip of light that appeared on the river before. Their divine wishes have been granted.
Wait, my body is back?
I love that when they come back, right? They come back with their normal selves and with their regular dresses and outfits. Yenisei almost leaps into the air to embrace Bestman.
Junangsi, she jumped over the bridge. She jumped over. In the human form, she didn't fall. I'm not sure if I saw it clearly. I think for an instant, she turned into a real Lushu. Is this the power of the divination? The magic of Ask in the Choir? Oh wait, the people in the city have come back. So maybe...
A voice now long unheard also sounds from beside her.
What's going on? Oh, my head hurts.
Mr. Krulik!
In the crowd, all the companions they once lost had now returned to them.
I had the strangest dream.
That's okay, hold on. This is inconsistent because how does Yenisei have every thought and rational idea in the world, whereas the rest are in sleep mode? Not consistent.
And Mr. Yurian! Everyone! They are over there! Madam, let's go see them!
Without waiting for an answer, Yenisei waves from a distance and immediately runs towards them.
We are here!
Bai Zai Nun Feng Sai Jiao Chun. It's indeed a rare occasion.
Diluted the magic water? So you're saying because they didn't drink enough, so they couldn't retain their human in their horse form? They were less Lushu and more horse. Okay, I'll grant that. Fine, that makes it less inconsistent. And if you're special and transformed differently, it could be wrong. I can agree to that, I guess. And so the river flowed. Ask and acquire.
Previously, we were at...
陆蛇, the Xiangrui came to the human world to go through the God's test. But she repented.
Exactly. She had been troubled by the repentance until the New Year's Eve. That night, her tutor straightened her out, and she was very grateful. After that, she bid him goodbye and went to the broken bridge alone. However, ladies and gentlemen, the Shoru this year happened to be the beginning of spring. Such a coincidence happens only once every 100 years. On this particular day, the cliff was shrouded in confusing fog, and below was a bottomless abyss. No one had ever jumped over the bridge successfully, Yet, the Lu Shu decided to make an attempt for the sake
When
of
was
the
this
people
story
who
being
believed
told?
in her. She was determined to retrieve the tortoiseshell divination.
That's not it. She used the wooden chap, not the tortoise shell.
You've told this story for many times and still getting it wrong? You have to admit you're
Oh my
not
god,
yet-
when
Well, there's no such thing
when
as
is
a
this story?
Adaptations are
Like,
always
did we just
right?
move forward in time? What's going on?
Give me a break. He's telling that story again? I thought he'd be done with it after last time.
Last time? When? Last year? Did you sleep for a whole year?
I hear you, gentleman in blue.
Now he's listening.
You know, you are part of the story, just like me.
Me? What do you mean?
Listen and you'll know. So, the Lu Shu jumped over the bridge, awakened the Yuan Temple, and revived the Pei Lin River. As a result, more and more people come to the Pei City at festivals. So I start telling stories again. As for you, the Lu Shu took over your tavern and turned you into her kind because you were an unscrupulous profiteer.
What?
You gave short weight to the people. That caused the decline of your business. Yet, you blamed it on the poor harvest. But I think the Lu Shu saved you from the plight. She ran the tavern for you, and you had a good sleep during that time. In a word, you did nothing good. But things ended up well for you.
What? No way. I want that too. If only somebody could finish my essay when I fall asleep.
Already
Okay.
writing a political essay at this age? You have a promising future, young man. But I think you should go home now and get some sleep. You need to rest well so you can continue with your studies tomorrow. After all, the essay matters much more than the story. Right?
Eh? Amidst the festive hustle and bustle, a farewell brews in front of the city gates. This is the place from which everyone come and people go.
I have so many things to write about
Wait,
this
huh?
time. Enough for me to write a travel note.
We didn't move forward in time. This man managed to tell a whole story of something that happened yesterday. What? I mean, but then again, some of these people are saying you've told the story many times. Which implies it's not recent. Right? This implies that it could be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years ago. I don't get it. What is with this storytelling cutscene? A few months? And why is she still here?
What should I call it? Travel in the East? Journey to Pei City?
Neither of them sounds good. There are already too many travels and journeys. I think you are different from those others, madam. So...
13 escorts the group to a spot near the city gate, where the road splits into two. On one side lies the road up to the mountain, and on the other lies the road down. He slowly descends to the ground, standing still, stiff, and slightly uncomfortable. The human companions of the two Arcanes retreat in caution and fear from the strange bird creature.
Indeed. Unlike others, the two of you have experienced it in its entirety.
The guy is telling a legend and the event just got reenacted. That's logical, I guess. I think if we understand his story as a legend and it's a coincidence that it's happened. Wait, so what? Is he saying a Lush who leaps the bridge once every 100 years? Ah, what a weird story.
What do you mean?
There was a beginning, and now here is an end. Forget not where you came from at the end. This is the entirety. Thus, happiness is found.
I'm sorry that I still don't understand your riddles.
That's no matter.
Sorry to interrupt you. Can we go? I really want to
So
go
instead of a
home.
legend, it's a prophecy.
Then we shall.
I mean, it's not like I don't understand the story.
Please
It's
wait.
just, it feels very
There's one more thing.
out of place.
Certainly. Please.
The questions you asked, have you had the answers?
I'm not sure.
What do you mean?
When Nengse jumped over the bridge, Yenase saw a pattern being formed where I wrote my question. We didn't understand it. It didn't bother us either. Perhaps because there was no answer to my question.
A question is asked, and a divination is made. What you saw might be a hexagram, not the interpretation of it. Do you still remember what it looks like?
Initiate thinks for a moment and uses a rock hammer handle to draw crooked and twisted lines in the sand with occasional breaks in the middle of
Changed a
them.
little, and ended up like this.
The hexagram of water and fire. I'd assume this belongs to an elderly person. What about yours?
Initiate is stunned for a moment, then draw a few more lines. By the end of it, her offering is already rather messy, so much so that she stretches out a section of it. Fortunately, Gertian can still read it.
This is Xu, the hexagram of waiting. Though I don't know what could be derived from it, the interpretation is simple. Above is water, the stranding dragon, advising patience. Below is uprightness, which means you will smooth away the obstacles.
Which means...
You will find your water. All you need to do is wait.
Yes,
How long?
thank you. I didn't know that.
She sounds
for
annoyed.
your you have gone across the river. A decision has been made.
I see.
Turns out the divination doesn't help at all.
It does, if you believe in it.
No. I know what you mean. It is exactly how I expected it to be. Thank you, Mr. Gertian.
No need.
Okay, wait, let me tell you another true tragedy of this story. Besmet is unable to see how Gertian looks like during this entire time.
And what about you? Have you learned your answer?
It told me to let things be. Since I have left the mountain, I should follow what's inside my mind.
Yes, I know, Besmet's blind, but the tragedy is the fact that she can't see how surprising of a mythical creature is actually standing before her. Gertian turns his head and points his wings towards the path up the mountain.
I remember that at the end of the Paling River, where the lanterns float, stands a great building. It might be real or illusional. I have seen it many times, yet I have never thought of going there.
Two of them look in the direction pointed out by Gertian, only seeing a jungle into which Junyangzi disappeared, and
There's
nothing more.
nothing there.
I will go anyway.
Then, what about Junangzi? She jumped over the bridge. Is she never coming back?
Gertian doesn't answer, he only shakes his head. All Yenise can do is to glance over Gertian filled with unspoken inquiries. Besmet turns towards the distant cliffs and jungle, standing without speaking for a long while, until at last she breaks her silence.
Perhaps we will meet again. One day.
Will this story continue? Will there be a sequel to this? Until we meet again, in another time, in another place. Oh, I realize whenever I read the stage description, you guys can't see it because my camera covers it. That's fun. The party journeys along the river for a long time, but the night never falls. Most of them are in a hurry to leave, the same desire as before, but now much stronger than ever before, more than enough to bring the long-awaited harmony of a common purpose to the team, and no one dares mention their experiences for the rest of the trip.
Let's make camp after we get out of the forest. What do you say?
I'm fine with it. How are you feeling, Mr. Jurian?
I'm fine with that.
A few still harbor a lingering curiosity, one they endure for a long time, and until unable to resist, they turn around to see if the ancient city on the mountainside is still in sight. But while this is not a story where those who look back might turn into pillars of salt, there remains no trace of the strange city that should have still been in view. And as they walk onward, the revived river known as the Pei Lane too has changed its appearance.
Madam, the river!
The once wide river invisibly splits into slender tributaries behind them, spread out across the lush spring meadows like a rope net. Even if they wanted to find it, they might never distinguish the one that would lead them back.
What is it?
The compass is working! Great!
Their fellow traveler excitedly raises his hand, briefly blocking Yenese's gaze from Smith. The girl takes advantage of the situation and withdraws the words she cannot say. She only gently shakes her head.
Nothing. Let's move. The compass is working, which means we can rely on the map again.
Oh, that's good. As for the book I'm going to write...
So we aren't gonna talk about how the whole lot of you guys wanted to kill Smith, like literally at the start. Yeah.
Yes? Have you decided the title?
Yes. I will call it Notes on Schwaru.
Oh shit, title drop.
Notes on shore.
Oh my god, this is how we started the story. Oh my god. Okay, I applaud you, Rivers, for doing this, cause like, the story literally started with her reading a bunch of notes and we suddenly dived in. I was like, what the fuck am I doing on? And this is how the whole thing played out and we're suddenly back here.
Yes, that's the title.
She flips over a page and
The
continues
title
reading.
is actually not a good choice for a book on geographical discoveries. On one hand, there is no doubt that Shuaji is a difficult word for the target readers of this book. On the other hand, the word notes, in most cases, is used to describe the collections of informal essays. They usually record the daily talks of professional writers, and thus include a variety of ideas and inspirations. As a geographer, however, I don't possess enough knowledge of literature to write the real notes, nor does the assistant who takes dictations from me, unfortunately. Even so, we have decided to use these words for the title. Postscript. The title has also been included in the first draft we sent to the editors of Motherland Documentary and the Department of Publication Review. The next page is missing. Let me see. Oh, found it. June 4. Sunny. I never knew the journey back to Omsk would take so long. My assistant and I set off from Yekaterinburg last year, and we didn't arrive until now. In Omsk, we met the governor again. I left him some drafts of this book, in return for the help from the local Scientific Research Association. Those drafts have recorded the steppe ecosystem around the Om River in detail. For example, before we arrived in Omsk, we followed a herd of sheep across the river. I recorded this detail because the way they crossed the water was almost a miracle. It is known to all that sheep can be easily drowned because their thick wool holds them back in water. Yet, things seemed different for those sheep. They had been trained by the local herders and were able to cross the river swiftly, as if they were only several balls of cotton floating on the water.
When they came to the shore, I noticed that their hooves were in the shape of a round cake, with one slice missing. They climbed out of the water with their little cake hooves, shook themselves dry, and continued on to the next pasture, never hesitant to go forward, never looking back. Seeing all these, I hope I would be as determined as these sheep in my future journey. Today's article was an extract from a Geographic manuscript from St. Pavlov Foundation Far East Branch, recorded by Yenese. Next is the news broadcast.
Someone hold me and answer this question. Whatever we've just read was real, right? And not a story, right? Right? Right?
Miss Radio?
Yes, I'm here.
What time is it now?
It's 4:15 p.
The nap went on a little longer than I thought.
Yes. How are you feeling?
I think I had a dream. Many animals were jumping over a broken bridge.
I read you a story which has zebras and sheep in it.
Zebras and sheep? I don't remember that.
Excuse me? Is Timekeeper in the room?
I am.
May I come in? There is something I need to confirm with you.
I'm sorry. Who's...
It's me, Samantha.
I might have taken too long a nap. Never mind.
Timekeeper, you don't look very well. Are you alright?
It's okay. I had a weird dream. What's going on?
Oh, it's a letter from the Foundation. A colleague from the Russian branch was transferred to the headquarters today. She has shown a strong willingness to perform long-term field missions. Thus, the headquarters intends to transfer her to the Timekeeper squad. Would you have a meeting with her? It is said that she is experienced in geographical exploration.
Geographical exploration? What's her name?
Please hold on. Let me check her file. And her name is Yenisei.
Wait. That's not how you end the story now, is it? How do you explain the fact that we have Gertian? Explain that we have Gertian and Yunyangzi playable. Why can I use them? These beasts have become much more aggressive than before. What the hell, man? Has 5 levels. Is this endgame content? Oh my god, this is endgame content. Wait, what? Today's best? What does this mean? Unlocks the next days after clearing the previous level. It's easy. Level 5 is the try hard. So I just need to play this casually, right? Okay. I'll do so then. But not now. Wait, so... the weird dream that they had was a little confusing, but it did happen in your knowledge. Okay, I can understand that Yenisei works. And like Yenisei is real, but I don't quite catch the other 2 characters. They appear when you summon them. What do you mean by that? Wait, this is a wait, what? Daily grind? What do you mean by daily grind? Like, does the rewards increase because I grind? Wait, what? Oh! It's more like you get the currency if you bother. Oh, and there's this as well. Okay. The score only adds up daily. Max score every day. So that means... ah, I get it now. So, if I can't clear 5, it's okay. I could clear just 4. And then whatever is the highest score I get in the day, it will be added to the total, and then that's how I get the rewards. Okay, I understand. Can't auto? Man. The issue people had was Junyang's story kind of dropped off, so in a sense she's an oddity. However, they all do exist and whatnot. I mean, my review of the story is gonna be as such. I actually don't... It could be a hot take. I think it's a hot take, considering people don't like the story. I think the story was just fine. It's not the best story I've ever read, there's really a lot of confusing parts and parts that they could have shortened and sweetened up, but now that I've seen it all, I think it was okay. Like, I enjoyed it, I would say. It's mid. I mean, even mid sounds like a harsh statement. I mean, I can't disagree. I guess you have to use the word mid, although I don't mean it in a bad way. Like, I think the story is genuinely quite interesting. You can ignore all the plot holes, but you enjoyed seeing how the things connect and how Yenese joined the Timekeeper. Overall, the story would be good, but lacks polish. Is the word polish here? I don't know really. The story did feel quite... It's like, you know, the whole thing flows. It's just... You could have made it more enjoyable. No, okay, another thing about the idea of making it more enjoyable is also that I kind of wish they didn't pursue this story again in an anniversary. Because like... or at least for Chinese New Year. Because Chinese New Year is supposed to be a happy time. Come on, let's not play some sadness of a little girl who realizes that she's dumb and tries her freaking hardest to save everyone. Like, that's very off-putting on a Chinese New Year occasion. So yeah, I can't wait for 1.7 when it drops. All of you have been telling me the 1.7 slaps. I gotta play 1.7. Like, I can't wait to experience that when it drops. It's literally after this, which is fantastic. You like this more than the T story? Oh, would you be happy to know that I'm gonna have to play the freaking Theft of Remake Cup story because I haven't read it yet. And like, if the story is bad, you know that I'm gonna be okay to tell you that it's bad. But yeah, I think this story was fine. I really enjoyed it. I liked understanding, you know, Jun Yangzi's character. I'm weirdly slightly more frustrated with Ge Tian than I am with Jiu. Like, Jiu just felt like a bit of a lost cause. But Ge Tian just kind of felt like an annoying guy who has all the power to do things and chooses not to use it. She's the... I thought I have the... Actually, there is a split personality here. That is... She... Jun Yangzi thinks that she has the power to help everyone. But only to realize that she doesn't know how to do it. Whereas Ge Tian, we can't say doesn't know that he has the power to help people. It's just actively chooses not to help people. You know. So yeah. In the official comic, Jun Yangzi becomes friends with Jessica. That's nice. That's very sweet. So yeah. Okay. So things to mention to you guys. This... Is that a story? To the town. A Xiangrui is not supposed to have any personal feelings. She fell because of you, because of the personal feeling. Remember that. Stay in this city, be their guardian and be a Xiangrui. Be a Xiangrui and then you'll understand her. Earthen ramparts... Oh my god, what a hard word. Earthen ramparts and stone walls rise up on the horizon. The towering city gates loom ahead. Travelers come and go, pausing only briefly within the gate's shadow to undergo inspection before being granted entry to the city. A bullock cart, sandwiched within the procession, slowly advances. It is halted in its tracks. Hey, stop right there. What's in the cart? Just some dried mushrooms I bought to sell, sir. Despite this claim, the thatched mat covering the cart is bulging unnaturally as though something is hidden underneath. The guard prods it with the scabbard of his sword. A small figure springs out from beneath it, startling everyone in the vicinity. She is chewing on a piece of dried mushroom, mumbling underneath her breath.
To Pay City.
Who are you? Why are you in my cart? Hey, you're eating my mushrooms. Oh. Okay, I have to read that. Mommy isn't here. The Taoist asked me to go to the city. Hey city. I'm hungry. Perhaps she's got separated from her family. What's your name? Where do you come from? The guard extends his hand to help her down from the cart. She rejects the offer, instead grabbing another handful of mushrooms and stuffing them into her mouth. Then with a deft leap, she lands on the back of the ox pulling the cart. Hey kid! Get down, now! The girl moves nimbly, like a little bouncing bean, striding with ease as she darts between the carts and horses. In the blink of an eye, she vanishes without a trace. Here to watch an exclusive story. Tap here to explore the events behind the scenes. During the event, you can participate in a total of 4 surveys. After completing the observations, you can also make deductions on the current events. What? When conducting an observation, the Foundation provides companions to assist the timekeeper in battle. What? Is this free trial? What am I experiencing here? There's stage 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's a free trial event. Okay. Wait, there's this, and there's this. So these are 3 stories of herself. I'm very interested with this story. I'm more interested to hear of her background because I think it'll be quite fun. It might even be a light-hearted story, to be fair. Okay, but yeah. The next stream for Reverse will be when this boy launches. So it's gonna be quite a while, but I want to use the time, like the 2 weeks away, to get through my HSR and AK. So don't mind that you might not see it till then. But yeah, I mean, we've already finished the story, so what more can I do, kind of, right? I could do 3 doors, to be fair, because I haven't done 3 doors yet. But otherwise, I'll do this and this in the next stream, along with Utu in the next stream as well. Utu, I will farm on my own until about stage 20, and then I'll start showing you guys stage 21 onwards for Utu. So yeah, look forward to the stream date for this one. Okay, otherwise, this is as far as I go for today. I'm gonna be streaming Arc Knights after this. I need to build my chill as well. Yeah, in my free time while I'm not streaming, I'll be building my Chill Nyangzi and my regulars because they are still half built. Is there another 6-star I have to build? No, right? Yeah, okay, I'll be farming my way to make sure these 2 are built. So I'm gonna end the stream here. After this, I'm going to boot up AK. We're gonna play CC later on. Okay? Is the trial part even open when Curtian's released? Are you saying it's not? It seems so. It says that it's available for 35 days. So I think it is. Yeah, I should be fine. I can change the name. No, I'm gonna take a little break.
I'm going to take care
I mean,
of my lady
I could, but
now. You want to help?
I'd rather
What
split
if
the
you
stream
break it?
into 2. So that people can see like, oh, this is a reverse stream and then the next one is an AK stream. So don't mind, I will just cut. Okay, I'll be back in about 20 minutes? 20 minutes I'll be back. Okay, see you guys. Enjoy CC with me later on.